How's it going,
Hello.
everyone? Hi, Wayne. Hi, Big Matt. Hi, Jamie. Of course,
Well,
Shane.
hello. I'm just getting situated back down here because outside has smoke. Oh, done. And seen the biggest bug on the planet.
Yeah, your bug. No bugs allowed, Shane. No bugs allowed.
No bugs allowed. None. No bugs. I'm going to get on. Here we go. Then I'll be able to see the chat.
Yeah, it's a
There it
pain in
is.
the butt on your phone.
Yeah, I know, but I just run it up on my laptop and then I set my phone up on my little block of wood I got here. I'm high
Yeah.
tech. I'm high tech.
Well, I use my laptop for the live, and then I respond to chat on my phone if I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have much left to do on the pool deck. We got the benches up, and George has to put the back braces on. He's going to put one on each side of the bench down to the ground,
Nice.
and then on each side. And then we got to put the railings up,
Yeah.
and then it'll be
And
done.
it'll be a lot sturdier now.
Oh, yeah, I went in the pool after we were done with the benches so I could go in and pull the cover back across because it's been getting down in the 50s at night.
Yeah.
So without the solar cover, makes it, I mean, it was 81, but it still felt chilly to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you do today, Shane?
Nothing. I cleaned the house. I made supper. I cleaned the house and made supper before Crystal got home. So that was a good thing. And as I was finishing supper, they pulled in the yard. So it was kind of
Yeah,
like it all worked out.
yeah, I just
Hey,
had a
Big
couple
Matt.
hot dogs.
And Wayne, Big Matt, Jamie. Hello.
But
All you
yeah,
gotta
so
do.
when Mom gets home, we're gonna stick Tom in the freezer.
You're what?
We're gonna stick Tom turkey in the freezer.
Or you're gonna do it.
Well, I mean, if he's in a coop, he gets around okay, and would be putting the blue coat on him. The chickens haven't been bothering him.
Yeah.
But he's getting so big that and they're not meant to live as long as we've had them because they're meat birds, and especially
Yeah.
with the toms, they're not meant to carry a lot of weight. So his legs are getting deformed. So I told Mom, I said we got to take care of it. I said because I'm so afraid that or if we go somewhere and come back and found him with a
He
broken leg,
died.
then I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. If he's
Or
in
have
pain.
me find him and then me have to do it, and I would just losing the little weasel. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Hey Doc, how's it going?
Dr. Mercenary, what's up?
How's
Big Matt,
everybody else
Big Matt.
doing
What's
tonight?
up, Big Matt? Good to see you, Big Matt. You healing up good. I seen you earlier, Big Matt. You're healing good, man. Glad to see.
I know Big
Quick
Matt's
heal.
like there's a ghost in here. We haven't seen Shane in so long, especially on the nighttime live.
But yeah, it's only been a couple of days.
Yeah, but it feels like weeks.
Yeah, I know. It does. It does. It does.
Because when you're not here, I don't have anyone to bust on. See?
You just seen my bug. You just seen my big
Yes,
bug.
I just seen the bug, Shane. It's just a
That
bug. You should have
horrible.
squashed it with your foot, with your shoe.
No.
Hi, James. How's it going?
James, what's up, buddy? Hey, Nightbot.
Yep, Nightbot is in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I should do that as a command or a timer, not a command. Put in their Nightbot is in the house.
Yeah, this Nightbot's cool. I don't like some other Nightbots, but this one's cool. Especially the violent Nightbot, the one that hits us with televisions and stuff, and boats. And though I like the lobster, though, I like getting hit with a lobster.
Yeah.
I'll eat him.
Well, here we'll see what Nightbot's gonna.
Hey, do you like lobster? Do you like seafood, Tasha, Jamie?
Oh, I love.
You guys
seafood.
like seafood? Yeah, yeah. But with a house, thank you. I need a house.
Heck with slapping you with the door, we're gonna slap you with the whole house.
Mm-hmm. Anybody that wants to do that, you're more than welcome. I can as many houses that we can put up around here. We can get everybody to move up here, and then we can all be close. We won't have to do the YouTube thing. We'll do our own live.
Well, we'd still do a YouTube thing. Just there'd be 10 of us. There'd be 10 of us up on TV all the time.
There'd be a lot of people.
But yeah, it wasn't the same without you in here.
Oh well, that's what that's cool. I hate not being here. I hate not being on here. You know that. I'm fully addicted. And I said dick, yes. Addicted, not dickhead. Addicted. With a lobster. There we go. Big Matt. Big Matt knows. Big Matt, do you like seafood? I think you like seafood, man. Lobster and crab.
Hey there, Shane.
Hey, what's up, Wayne? Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, the stream is better now with your hair.
Yeah, everything's working good. Everything is working. Like, see, I don't want to say anything because I'll jinx it.
You didn't have anyone to bust on.
Well, I'm glad I'm here and can put smiles on your faces. I'm always glad when you guys are laughing and giggling and smiling. I do not like your snow, Shane. Yeah, I know, James. Our snow is not good up here or anywhere's on the East Coast.
What do I think about what, Big Matt? If you want to come up, the link's there, so come on up.
Oh, Big Matt, yeah.
Oh,
man.
You asked him if he likes seafood, so he said, "What do you think?"
I think so. I think me and you would enjoy a seafood, an authentic Nova Scotian seafood boil that our families have a couple times a year usually. This year we haven't had it yet, but we did have a feed of lobster so far. But usually we do a big seafood boil, and it just, you go down on the beach, we got a great big huge pot, and everybody just brings something, and you throw it in there, lobster, clams, oysters, quail,
seafood
crab.
boil. It's going to be a Cajun seafood boil.
Hey, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I want to eat your guys's crawdaddies. I want to have a big feed of crawdaddies from you guys, like authentic ones, like ones made with the corn and the
Well, yeah, it'll be. You add the Cajun Creole seasoning in there. For your corn, your potatoes, the crawfish, shrimp.
Now, what are you going to try to make me hungry here now? Yeah.
Hey, you brought it up.
Yeah, I know. But yeah.
He got hungry in my stream because the guy kept talking about.
What are mud bugs? What are mud bugs?
First, crawfish, crawdads, crayfish, whatever you want to call them.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, Matt, bring a lot of them.
And,
Bring a
and
lot
they're
of
not like your floor bugs, Shane.
What? Yeah, no. See, oh, that friggin' thing was horrible. That's a horrible bug.
I don't know about you, Shane.
Yeah, that would be good. I watch so many channels. I watch this one guy, this one YouTube channel, and he does a eating contest with crawdaddies, and I think I could beat him. I think I could beat him. I think I
Oh,
would win if he had to
eat a
eat
lot
it.
of those myself.
He puts them on a picnic table, and then he just sits there, and they film him, and he's going through these like a mad dog. But like I said, I think I could beat him. I could eat 2 of those picnic tables full.
Probably. There's
Mm-hmm.
there's not a lot of meat.
No, but they look some
If
tasty.
you're gonna do it right, you snap the tail off, suck the head, and then get the tail meat out.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do the head thing.
Well, it's not like you're
I don't know.
sucking in blood.
No, I know, but isn't there eyes and stuff in there?
You, you're not
Like you're eating their eyes?
anything out of just juice from the seasoning,
Oh.
Shane. It's
Okay,
not
I
like
might be
you're
able to do
sucking its eyes out.
You suck on its head, something's going to fall off, right?
Nothing falls out.
A couple of their eyes or something. I don't eat eyes. I don't eat eyes of anything. Even, well, see, that's like, do you like the green stuff in a lobster? Do you like the
Sometimes.
green? Yeah,
Sometimes. The tamale.
tamale. Yeah. See, I can't eat that stuff. I can't eat that. Crystal eats it, and everybody else in my family eat it like crazy. I just, whew. It's just the brain, Shane. Yeah, I don't know. I'll eat all the meat, though. I'll eat all the body meat.
There isn't a lot of meat, Shane. There's meat on the tail. Unless you get a huge crawfish, there might be claw meat, but for the most part, it's a tail. That's it.
Yeah, I know. That's all I want. I'll save the heads for Tasha.
Well, if we're gonna do it, then we're gonna put whole shrimp in there with the heads on.
Yes.
You can
Shrimp.
suck those too.
No, I'm not. No, we'll just. I'll get an eyeball in my teeth.
Shane, have you ever seen shrimp? You know what a shrimp looks like, right? You know
I've eaten millions of them.
Their eyeballs are connected by these little things that stick out. That's the same thing with a mud bug.
Okay.
You're not going to get the eyeballs in your mouth. The only thing that will come out of the head is the juice.
Yeah, there's nothing else that comes out.
Yeah, but what's in the juice? Is it the brains? No.
No, it's the seasoning from the boil.
Okay. See, I could do that. I know there's a technique to doing it because I watched this guy doing it. And he's got it down to a science. This guy goes through these things like crazy.
Yeah.
But I can beat him. I know I can.
I can eat a whole bag of them myself.
Yeah. Well, I watch his technique and I'm like, dude, I like seafood so much that he has to stop. I wouldn't have to stop. I could keep going and going. Yeah, I love it. And you know something else I want to try that looks really amazing? Alligator or crocodile. Which is it? Alligator. That looks really, really good.
It is good.
Yeah, I would probably eat that no problem too.
Take the tail.
If you go and get it, it's gator tail.
You cut off all the fat, and you put it in a smoker for about 12 hours, just like you do a good brisket on a low heat.
Yeah, see, I'd do that. No problem. Gator is good. James even says Gator is good. Yeah, I keep hearing about it.
How's it going, Gary? Yeah,
I've watched channels that's cooked it, and it looks so good. It
What
looks
about
so
frog
good.
legs?
No, see, no, I can't do frog legs.
Why?
I can't do frog legs. I don't know what it is. Like everybody
You know,
loves it here too. Everybody loves
that's
it here, but I
that's
can't do
the
it.
thing. It's all in how it's cooked. If you do it traditionally, frog legs is one of the best things you can eat.
Yep.
Really? And but do you deep fry it at least?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
that's
See me,
traditional.
if I get fresh ones, like if I go out and get the frogs myself, which I prefer to do that,
Oh,
I let mine sit in some butter and a bunch of garlic and just let them sit in there, and then I throw them on the grill.
so you can just eat the frogs that are in your backyard?
They have to be
No,
bullfrogs.
bullfrogs.
Oh, they have to be bullfrogs. Okay.
Yeah, because some of their legs are like this big around.
Yeah, I know. We get big bullfrogs here too. Great big monsters.
Just remember, whenever you clean them, put them in a little bit of cold, icy salt water.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can soak them in buttermilk overnight before you fry them, and that helps.
Yeah, buttermilk
And
and beer batter 'em.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll eat anything deep fried, almost.
It's when you do them the way Big Matt is saying, they don't taste like fishy. And when you soak them in the buttermilk and you can use the beer batter or tempura batter, when you deep fry them, it almost like has a consistency of eating a chicken wing because the
Hmm.
bones are similar shaped as a chicken wing is.
Yeah.
So that's what it will remind you of because the crunch and like the way everything is. But they
But
are
that's the
really
only
good.
part you can eat of a frog? Is that the only part you can eat of a frog is its legs?
And it's back.
Okay.
Nothing else. We
No.
used to get bullfrogs that were so big in my aunt's pond, we shot them with a 22. That's how big these bullfrogs were. They were huge.
Yeah, we don't
See,
get
when I
them
was
that big.
younger, me and my brothers used to go and we'd get like fuzzy crappie jigs and put them on a cane pole and just dabble it right in front of them and they'd bite it. And then we'd put them in a cage and Grandpa would clean them and cook them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
also
I would
use
try it.
One thing,
I
if
would
you do
try
it
it. I
yourself,
would try it.
just remember, if you do it yourself, you got to cut the tendons or they'll jump out of the pan.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Really?
like
You
a
got to
deer
cut
in
the
the
tendons
headlights.
in the joint or they'll jump out of the pan.
Yeah. Crystal will have to do that. Crystal would have to do that.
You
She,
imagine if
I don't know.
we
I've never
cleaned up
asked her if she's ever had
bullhead or small catfish and the heads are still moving around in the bucket?
Yeah.
She's freaking out over there.
Yeah. No. See, I'll eat it when it's cooked. I like all that food you guys do. I love all that food. I've never eaten a catfish. I've never had catfish. And I've seen the recipes with catfish, and I've never had what's the little fish you guys catch? The little sunfish. What are they called? They look some
Bluegill.
good too. Bluegill. That's what they are. They look amazing when they're cooked, deep fried.
Hey, a squirrel.
Hey, squirrel.
Squirrel!
And there are
Dalton,
different sunfish too, Shane. You have bluegill and you have pumpkin seed.
Yeah. Yeah, they look good. Catfish
They're
is
good,
good.
but
I
they're
heard
bony.
catfish, and it looks some good too. But it looks some good when it's cooked, catfish. And we never ate them. We do get them up here, but we never ate them because they, we were always told they were bottom feeders. Don't eat them. because they'll taste like mud. But I've seen you guys doing it, and it looks. Everybody says it tastes so good.
And it depends on the temperature of the water. If the water is super, super warm, their meat's going to be like mush. If the water is nice and cold, then no, they ain't going to taste like mud.
Yeah, but it also depends on what depth they were at when you caught them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm guessing from what I've been told about catfish in Canada and here, catfish here are a predatory fish.
Yeah.
You know.
So they're eating other fish, which makes them taste good. Obviously. Yeah. Because up here they don't. They just eat. I know our catfish eat just things, I think, that are dead already. Right? So that's why they don't taste it.
Well, ours do too. Don't think that, they don't, because they do. They're opportunists. But,
Yeah.
They're way more aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to get down to the States.
That's just what I've been told. I ain't never caught one in Canada, so.
Well, we're going to change that.
I've had a lot of catfish and I've caught them, but up here I've never caught a catfish. But when I lived in North Carolina, I used to go catfishing. But if they're too big, I'd throw them back.
Well, that's like Backlash has that picture of him with that monster. And yeah, that's huge.
When they're that size, I don't keep them.
Yeah.
What I keep for is anywhere from 3 to 6 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything over that, the meat tastes different.
Yeah.
James, I've never ate carp, but I know you can. I've used it for fish oil for trapping.
Huh.
But the claim, if you take out the black line, that you can eat it. But I don't know, because carp is super oily. I don't know what it tastes like. And they definitely are a bottom feeder.
NJ Fishing Maniac would know what a carp tastes like. He catches them all the time.
I don't think he eats them.
I've caught them. I don't eat them.
Yeah. No, I've seen him throw it all back.
Ate carp and said it tastes super, super fishy. I don't know.
I use carp for
Yeah. They're good trapping bait.
Yeah.
Because they have like a lot of oil. And we used to catch huge carp out of the river. And I'd spend like an hour cutting a couple of them up and stuffing them in mason jars, and I'd let them sit in the sun all summer long. And that's what we'd use for trapping for fox and weasels. Whatever.
Now, how's Coyote, Big Matt? How's Coyote making out?
He ran out of gas yesterday.
He what?
He ran out of gas yesterday in his generator. And I hadn't talked to him today.
Okay. So he ran out of in the trailer? In the camper? Okay.
Are you okay over there, Wayne?
What?
I said, you okay over there?
Oh yeah, I'm listening to what you were talking about. I'm just listening.
We're talking about putting a bunch of bugs in bed with Shane.
No, I don't like. You guys should have just seen before we started the monster bug that was in my house. Even Crystal and Grayson never seen it before. They never even seen it before.
Hi, Miss Rebecca.
Yep.
Hey, Rebecca. Yeah, I don't like bugs. I don't like blood.
I have to go down the river this week.
I don't like blood. I don't
See
like
if we can
bugs.
catch some carp.
I don't like snakes. I don't like spiders. I don't like. That's why I live in Canada. The only thing that's going to eat me in Canada is a grizzly bear, and I can see it coming from a mile away.
And you want to move to Texas,
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
where everything either stings you, bites you, or eats you.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a lot of guns. I'm going to be strapped up. I am going to be strapped up. You think about me in Texas now. I would have every gun I own on me. I would have holsters all over the place, and I would carry rifles. I would carry rifles, yeah, ARs all over the place. I would have an AR everywhere I looked.
I can see it now.
He wouldn't leave the house.
Headlines. Canadian gentleman arrested walking through Texas
Yeah, but aren't you allowed to carry?
because he
You're
fell
allowed to
over and his gun went off.
Yeah, I would definitely
He'd be
move to
strapped-
Texas, but
He'd be strapped too much. It'd be too heavy for him.
yeah, well, see, I need, yeah. And then, like I said, everywhere as I look, I would have an AR. Everywhere as I look, there's an AR. I would say, yeah, don't sit there. There's an AR under there. Yeah, don't stand there. There's an AR under there.
Could you imagine Shane in the desert with no food, no nothing, and he'd have to eat either rattlesnake
No,
or scorpion
no.
to keep
I would
alive?
just,
He'd be the skeleton out there.
yeah, I would be the one with the horns, the bleached skull sitting there. That's exactly who, because
Hey, the
Shane,
first true weekend of summer, you'd be ready to go back to Canada.
Hi, Krabby, how's it going?
you know what? That is a possibility, but you guys got air conditioning. You guys got air conditioning.
Yeah,
You're gonna have
sometimes.
air conditioning too soon.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, we're going to have 2 new units. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but you won't be
crazy.
able to do nothing outside. Your first 80, 90-degree weather with the humidity, you'd be like, I'm done. I can't
I
take
can
it no
sit
more.
inside all day long, Matt. I do it all day long. I've been training.
Of that.
I've been training. And if I got to go outside, I'm going to get in an air-conditioned Tesla, and then I'm going to drive around Texas. So,
Shane,
We're
your
all
your Tesla would not even make it across a quarter of Texas. At the widest point, it's over 800 miles wide.
yeah, but there's charging stations.
No, there
Right?
isn't. No, there
Not
isn't.
in Texas.
Not in
Oh,
Texas.
really?
No, you'd be SOL.
I'll just pull over to somebody's house. Hey, can I run an extension cord?
Nobody down there is gonna run an electric car and take a chance of dying on the side of the road in 100 and some degree weather with 98% humidity. You'd end up dying. And they're on that long strip. If you gotta go pee, you better go as soon as you hit that line at the rest area, because guess what? It could be 100 miles before
Yeah.
you.
Well, you know what? My Tesla's going to have 2 batteries. I'm going to have 2 batteries.
You better carry a couple of portable solar panels.
Yeah. See, Matt's already helping out. He's from Texas. He says, yeah.
He's gonna need some diapers too, because as soon as he steps out of the truck and sees some bug, he's gonna have to go
And
clean
make sure you
himself.
keep plenty of water in the trunk.
Oh, yeah, I'll have lots of water.
Cucumber water.
Yes. Cucumber water, Jamie. Yes. Cucumber water. Refreshing. Actually, we'll have the cucumber water and then the recipe that Matt had with the onions and all that in it. I'll be fine.
Your damn cucumber water. You're lucky I can't get you from here. I'd shoot you in the eye.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna make you drink it someday, Tasha. You're gonna have some with us.
Shane, I've tried it. I will not try it again.
Well, hey, you said you try anything. You would try. You would try it if you already said it. So
Big Matt's recipe I would try because I've never had it that way. But if it's straight cucumber water, I've tried it more than once and I will not try it again.
Oh,
yeah. Wow.
How's it going?
Hey, carp, homestead. We were just talking about carp.
We'll just stick Shane in a tumbleweed when he comes to Texas and stick him on the side.
No, you know what? Ever since, remember we talked about tumbleweeds the other day? Remember? And I said I remember seeing a video where cars hit them and it destroyed the car. I went and looked at some videos, and I've seen tractor trailers in the video with the front end hoods all blown off of them because of tumbleweeds. That's crazy, and they just fly across the road.
Okay, so you started doing your homework. Now,
yeah,
go into YouTube and type in what wild hogs do to automobiles.
What? What does
wild hogs do to
automobiles?
Yeah,
I have been watching that too, though, Big Matt. I've been watching that because Multi-Hunter. That's another reason why I would like to go.
Have you ever seen somebody hit a moose?
Oh yeah.
Imagine that damage closer to the ground.
Yeah,
Now, let me tell you about a moose. If you're driving tractor trailer, do not ever blow your air horn at a male moose. It will rip that truck apart, including ripping the hood off, everything.
Yeah, I seen a tractor trailer in British Columbia. Me and the wife at that time, my first wife, I had to change towns because our logging equipment all moved. So we had to go to this town called Lac La Biche. And as we're driving through the mountains, all of a sudden I smell this really awful smell. It's like death. And I'm like, what is that? And Cheryl, the wife at the time, she's like, oh, it's something dead. And we got up around the corner and there's a tractor trailer and an RCMP car. The tractor trailer is completely destroyed. All its tires completely blown. The whole thing, it was a Super Bee. And I'm like, what? I talked to the RCMP. I said, what happened? And it was a female and a male moose came across the highway, and the truck hit the back end of the female moose, spun her underneath his tires, underneath his carriage, underneath his frame, destroyed everything on that side. And then when he hit the male moose, because the male was chasing the female, he hit it in the head, and it spun it underneath the other side of the truck. And I couldn't believe it. It completely destroyed that whole tractor trailer, blew every single tire it had. It was crazy.
Look up ones that have hit buffalo, Shane. You think a moose was bad or caribou?
Yeah.
But I've seen a 350-pound hog take out the whole front end of a 18-wheeler.
Yeah. And why are they so bad down in Texas? What happened? Why?
They're not native here. They have. Yeah. I mean, we have the alligators eat quite a bit of them when they get close to the water, but you only have so many alligators, and then they get into the nest, the alligator egg nest, and they get along the beaches and wreak havoc on the.
They're horrible. Stuff. They're horrible,
and it's like a never-ending battle.
The farmers' fields. I've seen a couple of videos of them going into farmers' fields that just have their crops in, and in one night, they devastated the field that the farmer had. And I was just like, "Are you like? No wonder you're allowed to shoot them whenever you see them." Like Multi-Hunter there and Jamie, they're just sitting there shooting them all the time, right? And Cody, yeah, I get it. I'd like to go. But you can eat the meat, right? You can eat hog. You can eat them. They're good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wouldn't have a problem shooting them if I could eat them, for sure. Especially pigs.
Yep. I mean, it's got to the point where a lot of Texas people, we trap them, and then we catch them. The big males, the ones that they're too big to eat. They're nasty anyway. They'll take them and put ropes on them in a cage and stretch them out and basically castrate them and turn them back loose just so they don't have to worry about another male coming in and knocking up all the females.
They tie a rope around its stuff and then stretch it.
His legs, and then they go in there.
Okay.
Yeah, they rip them off, Shane.
Well, no, that's what I thought he said at first. I was like, oh, I would rather, if I was a pig, I'd rather be shot.
But I mean, that way the younger males coming up, if they don't get shot and processed, they keep them away from their females.
Now, do the old ones have tusks on them? Do they have big tusks on them? Yeah.
A lot of them do.
They're pretty vicious looking. And they will mess you up too, right? If you get in there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend,
and they're fast too.
He ended up getting 19 stitches in his leg because he got caught by one.
I don't know. You'd have to see if it did.
And the worst thing about it is when they hook into you, it's like getting hit with a fishing hook. You have to try to get them off because it would be like getting hit with a hook.
You got to try to get away from it. You know.
Yeah. I'll shoot him from a distance with an AR.
That's funny because my buddy said the same thing.
Yeah, well, can you do it inside a vehicle? Can you shoot them from inside a vehicle? No, probably not.
You're not supposed to.
Law.
Not in Texas.
Yeah, it's against the law, yeah.
But, if you don't catch the right spot at the right angles, some of them, they got their gristle underneath the hair. They got like a chest plate that's almost like steel. And if you hit them there and you don't hit it at the right angle, and they're going to come after you.
Oh, yeah. Because they're mad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
they're big.
And I've seen some videos of them, and they're massive, massive. And I've seen some hog farms around here. A good buddy of mine, his family has a hog farm, and I've seen some pretty big pigs, but not as big as some of them ones in Texas. Not even close. Like maybe 400 or 500 pounds.
Shane.
Well,
everything's bigger in Texas.
Yes, you're right. You are. That's another reason why I want to move there.
Well, and part of that is because we had a lot of hog farmers back in the older days. The domestic hogs would get loose.
That's what I heard.
A big wild male would come around because it's that time and tear up fences, and they'd be, they didn't catch all of them back.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Over time,
Big Matt, that they had a population problem that they got out.
Mm-hmm. So,
but yeah, that's crazy. Hey, Judy, what's up, Judy May?
Yeah, and they have big litters too. It's not like they just have one or two piglets.
No, they have anywhere from 12 to 24 at a time.
Holy. And they grow fast.
Mm-hmm.
Hey? Yeah.
And you think about it, and they hit the ground 6 months after they're born, they can already start reproducing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's how they get so many of them.
Yeah. Yep. But that's good that they got a bounty on them, right? That's good that they got a bounty on them.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome, James.
Well, I'm gonna hop back down to the chat. I just wanted to come up here and pick on Shane for a little bit.
Thank you, Big Matt. You look
Well,
good, Big Matt. You look awesome again, buddy.
I'm back.
You're all back to normal.
You can't even see the one on my nose.
You know, I said you.
Or the
I seen you. You heal good, man. That's a good sign. It means you're healthy.
Now, this one up here on my head, it's
Yes.
not
Yeah.
quite. And then the one on the back of my neck.
But your nose looks way better, and your puffiness is down. That's good, Matt. And and everything clear too. All clear. All signs clear. So that's the big one right there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Glad you're feeling better, Big Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't even get to pick on you.
Pick on Shane enough. You don't need to pick on me.
I'll come over there. I'll come over in your live tomorrow instead of being quiet and pick on you.
There you go.
All right, y'all have fun.
Yeah, we'll see you after, Big Matt.
Bye bye.
Bye. Shane.
Hey, I'm going to go out for a smoke. Do I take you outside or leave you here? I'll take you outside. I'll take you outside. I'm only going out. I'm going out to have a cigarette. So
Just don't get lost out there.
I don't smoke in the house, right?
Don't get lost out there now.
No, see, it's all. Yeah, look, it's all dark, Wayne.
Don't light no fires out there either.
Yeah.
No, he's gonna find some big old bugs. We're gonna come over and have a smoke with him.
Well, that bug should be gone.
Cockroaches on Men in Black.
Yeah, this thing here was it looked identical to that.
Yeah.
How you doing, Julie May?
So did you do anything exciting, Wayne?
No, I watched that guy Cop's video about canning, and that was interesting. He's an amateur at it. He was asking everybody advice how to can certain things in jars, and he didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do that because I don't know nothing about it, but I watched
That's
him.
awesome, Judy May. Hi, Brutal Bob.
Hey,
That's
Brutal
good.
Bob, what's up?
Hey, Brutal Bob, how you feeling? Any changes?
I gotta get him with a bunch of emojis.
Hey, Brutal Bob, good to see you, man.
So Shane, when are you gonna fix that addition? When are you gonna finish it?
Well, you see where I'm at now? Wayne, you see where I'm at now?
When he learns how to say garage and not garage.
It's garage.
It's gonna be done.
Garage, my garage. Once I see, I got this part over here done. I got everything insulated. I just got to vapor bury it and then drywall it. But
Oh yeah.
and I do everything myself too, right? So
Yeah, with his ripper snipping.
and the price of everything right now, I'm not gonna. It's $80. It's $79 for a sheet of plywood.
Oh wow.
For a 4x8 piece of OSB, it's almost $80.
Yeah, I would
That's
be
crazy.
too, Brittany.
That's just crazy.
It is.
I'm only 500 behind you, Judy May. But I don't care about numbers.
No.
I'm not here for numbers. I'm here to bust
No.
on the screen.
And I'm here to laugh. And you guys.
Well, yeah. What's if you can't laugh at yourself, just come on here and we'll laugh at you.
Exactly.
I was laughing when him and Gary was talking.
Hey,
I had a
Bob,
good.
what's up? Hey, Bob.
Those two will get together.
Yeah.
Watch out. They make me laugh. That was funny. talking about food on my channel and everything. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a lot of that goes on. A lot of people start talking about food. It seems like every time I go in there, everybody, I'm like, and it's usually I eat 1 meal a day. So now you guys are making me eat 2 and 3 meals a day.
Good future too, Brother Bob.
Mm.
I'm praying for you too, Brother Bob. So hope you get better soon.
Yeah.
I used to make my own pizza, and I have to get back and doing that again.
Your own pizza?
Yeah, I made my own. I got a video up on it on my channel.
I'll have to go check that out, Wayne.
That's an old one, but if you can find it, you look for it, find it. I even have a sign, right? A lawn sign that has a spirit, a woman's voice on there with me. The lawn sign video.
Mm-hmm.
I had a girl's voice on it saying, "Oh, you're right," like that to me.
Yeah.
Judy, if he was still on his laptop, his head would still be in that jar.
I'm having a smoke outside.
I know, but when you're on your laptop and you have that green lights on my one TikTok, there's a filter where your head is in a jar. So when you have that green light on, that's what it reminds us of, is your head in a green jar.
See, I'm not even a part of TikTok. I don't even know what you guys are doing over there.
Well, that's fine. You don't need to go over there.
No, I can't. I gotta get on YouTube. I gotta get YouTube figured out first. I can't have another platform like that, like you guys.
I'm on TikTok, but I'm using it only to show my business off. But I do got friends over there that makes videos. I have no idea how to use that.
But it's just
How do you use it?
I couldn't do it. That's just
I
too
don't know
much.
nothing about it. I don't know why I'm on there. I don't know nothing about the darn thing.
Yeah.
Oh, on TikTok?
There's a lot of people over there. There's a lot of people over there from here.
I know.
Well, that's because it's fun.
Yeah, I know, but you got to know how to do it.
Did you see that video about Squirrel? I laughed. Oh, is that funny? I started laughing. He put it through an air tunnel, made his face like he was in an air tunnel. I laughed at that one. That was funny. That was the funniest video I ever seen. I think Williams made that.
That's all you see with my head. I know. I'm going to get some better cameras, Judy May. I'm going to get some better cameras, and you'll be able to see more. This phone's not so bad, but it's my laptop's. I don't know how old it is.
That video about
we
Squirrel.
We got it secondhand.
I gotta check an email. Hang
on. You're the brother.
He's bouncing around. Sorry, Bob. Sorry, buddy. I love TikTok. I wish my video was on YouTube. Oh, really? Yeah, well, I don't know, Judy May.
I seen some of your videos too, Judy May. They were funny. It made your face turn funny like a monster. I laughed at that one. That was funny.
Well, Judy May, I cannot find Ryan's channel on TikTok. Does not exist anymore.
Oh, really?
I did a video for Shane, and his channel's gone.
It's on mine. I knew where it is.
What? So he deleted it?
Yeah, Jamie. He sent Jamie a wave. Because she went in his live and followed him on TikTok. So she went in and clicked his icon, and he's gone.
Yeah, and he did the same thing to YouTube again, right?
Well,
he?
yeah, I told you about that, but
Oh, shit.
Hmm.
Really? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird what's going on around us. Fucking
I'm
weird.
glad
Sorry,
the
Tasha.
medicine's working.
Guess he did leave.
Yeah, I just looked for him, Judy May, because you know I love playing that video for Shane there. And
I didn't
there
see him.
it doesn't exist anymore.
I don't see him on here anymore either. He is gone. He is.
Well, I'm surprised he's not here, really.
Well, I talked to him earlier and he said he's trying to get back on a normal schedule because he's been like a night owl like everybody else.
Yeah.
So
Well, all the best, Ryan, if you're listening. But crappy.
yeah, I know he had some new ones on there because I was watching them the other day because he had some funny ones that he had put up.
You see the one with the show. I don't think so. I don't remember. I don't remember.
Yeah, and Big Matt's over there too.
He's
On
on
TikTok.
there where, Judy May?
That's why Big Matt's over there.
Well, once you get the hang of TikTok, you know, I mean, you can be on TikTok for all different reasons. Now,
Yeah.
just because it's TikTok does not mean
The only thing I don't like about
that you
TikTok,
don't
though,
get
that I've heard is that you just can't, they're all really short. And
no, you can actually do ones up to 3 minutes.
yeah, I know, but that's still a short to me. That's still a, you know,
Well, a short on YouTube is anything under 60 seconds.
yeah,
So it's the same thing. You can do like a super short, like 15 seconds, or if you do a duet or whatever and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
I don't know. I don't know.
But
I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait
you
a little bit.
have trouble with pushing buttons over here. So I really don't think you need to go over there because then you'll be all confused. And then I have to explain even more to you.
Yeah, that's not it. Yeah, I'm not into that. I'm not into that either.
How's it going, our homestead?
Zombie. What's up, Zombie? Good to see you again, Zombie. Yeah.
You mind if I call you Marie Aoki Homestead?
Okie Homestead. What's up, Okie? Okay.
Yes,
We still
TikTok
say it
is
here.
definitely fun. Yeah, I couldn't even find them at all over there.
Hey, Wayne, do you got a garden? No? Okay.
Well, that's cool.
How far does Dave live from you now? Wayne? How far does David live from you? Can't hear you. You're on mute.
He lives in the same house. He lives out. He's upstairs on his own computer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We live in the
Well,
same
that's
house.
even better. That's even better then. Because I was thinking he lived away from you.
No. I thought Judy May was on TikTok a minute ago. Made a funny face on that. Started laughing.
Hi, getting back with James. How's it going? Hi, Mom. And you do what now?
What's up, James? Good to see you, buddy.
Mom's in,
Cheers.
so she gets to confuse me now.
Cheers. Which one? What?
I said, Mom is in. I said, so she gets to confuse me now. Because she'll come in with, oh, I do. Oh, I did it. And I have no idea what in the hell she's even talking about. Oh, you remember the trout drawing that I showed you, Sheen?
Yes.
That you
Yes.
asked if I was going to add color, and I told you no, I was leaving it black and white.
Yeah.
Well, that
You're
I
gonna
did
color
for
it.
Sunfish King, and he got it in the mail finally.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, Backlash Fisherman got the book, got the writing book. You remember?
Yep.
Yeah, he got it. He sent me a message, said he got it. So that's another one that got it. So Darren in UK and him so far, out of all of them that was sent out.
I sent it to you.
I hope they start landing at everybody's door now. In the next few days, sure.
Mom,
Mother hen.
I know where you live.
Yeah, I live in. Yeah.
Telling me to shut my face.
Who? Who?
My mother.
Uh-oh.
My mom. She said, shut your face.
Yeah. See, that's Mom. I'm scared of mine, Mom.
She forgets I know where she lives.
Yeah.
And where she sleeps. And where she hides. Of course,
My
she's
mom.
only
My mom
4'11",
lives
so she
about
can
40,
pretty much hide anywhere.
40 minutes from me. Mom lives about 40 minutes from me. My mom.
Well, my mom, I'm going to have to start tying a balloon to her when we go to Walmart's because you can't even see her over the damn clothes rack.
I did that to a car once. I put a balloon on a car antenna because I always had trouble finding it. And it worked good. Yeah, it did. It worked great.
Be thankful I wasn't there to pop the balloon. You would have been in trouble.
This is way
Don't be
this is way
yelling
back.
at me about the whole balloon thing because George sent the video to me where the guy puts the balloon on her.
Put
You
it
put
like,
flag on it.
Oh yeah.
See what your mother said. Tasha, see what your mother said. Read
Yeah,
what she said.
I seen
What?
it.
Oh, gee. Oh.
We'll just put a big tassel on her head. So she can be like, what the heck is her name? Susie Lou Who from The Grinch.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Cindy Lou Who from The Grinch.
Oh,
So what do you yeah. I wonder my computer died. Smarten up.
oh,
Come back. There we go. No, we're good.
Did you plug it in?
so here's one spot.
Yeah.
Sock.
Yeah, it's plugged in.
Here you go.
It's plugged in. It just that every now and again my screen will go black and then it comes back on. That's why
That's
I keep
weird.
saying somebody else is on my computer store.
No.
You don't think? I don't know.
All right, hang on. I got it.
Yep, Jamie's here, zombie.
Let's just roll with
We get a lot of Jamies, and we know a lot of Jamies. There's a lot of Jamies on YouTube.
Just your the videos, Judy May. Hi, Alexis, and thank you for putting me out on your community page. I really appreciate it.
Hey, what's up, Lexus, RoboCop, dude? How are you?
Because for me lately, I've been doing more lives, but my videos range. A lot of times I'll do a short, or
What if I
sometimes
click on
it could be a
my
10-minute video. I don't know.
back? That's funny. Mother hen. Brock, I know. Bob, I know, buddy. I know he is. I know he's watching me. No, he is. Pervert. Sparkle socks, yeah. I swear to God, one of these days I'm going to look out my window and I'm going to see all these black vehicles tearing my front lawn down. And they're going to come in the house and they're going to say, "Are you Mr. Gordon?" And I'm going to say, "Nope."
No, we're ready to send you smoke signals.
Smoke
I
Yeah.
told you that we'd have to drop them over your house, out of the plane.
Yeah, or a drone. Get one of them drones.
I don't understand about the links, Judy May.
It's lynching.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
I know who it is. I know who you are. I know who you are. Just like I said, there's a lot of James.
Mine all married, Judy May. I don't think that. I don't know. It kind of goes back and forth because, I mean, if you have like a super amount of followers, like thousands, what's the range of somebody gonna sit there and watch a 20-minute video? It just depends. I post what I want. If I want to do a 2-second video, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I don't have a set length.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
depends.
you're right, Bob. You're right. When it goes black, I wonder what it is.
I told you it goes to sleep, Shane.
No. This thing, no. I know what you mean by that. But no, this thing will just, like, I got it on. I can be moving my mouse all around, and then all of a sudden my mouse does its own thing, and then my screen goes black for only a second, and then pops back, and then the mouse starts moving again for me.
Sounds like sleep mode.
I'm trying to send you the Twilight Zone, Shane.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds like it's on sleep mode, Shane. That's what
Just maybe.
You gotta go in the settings and cut it off.
All right, Shane, hold it down. I need a smoke.
Okay.
To my computer, Shane. I had it on sleep mode, and my nephew took it off. He put it on, took it off, and said never on it. It's in the settings of the monitor.
Okay. I'll have to get looking at it. I'll have to look at it. Frontier, what's up, Frontier? Frontier Survival in here. Heath, how are you, buddy? I hope all is good. I know you're taking some time off from the Wednesday thing. I hope you're doing good, buddy.
How come Zombie ain't up here? How come he don't come up here? Is he busy?
Zombie, Zombie can come up, and I don't know if Tass has got the link pinned or not.
I don't know either.
And I don't know how to do it.
He has to do it. You can't do it.
Yeah, see, so yeah. So
you should get this the ref stream though. It's really nice. It's only 2019 a month.
You know what? That's I looked at. I like what you got doing, but also there's a couple other people doing it now, and I've been in their lives, and it looks way easier than StreamYard, and it's a lot cleaner. Like if you get what I mean by cleaner, it's just things are more brighter, I find.
You need to have the banner now moving around like this too. They have that now too. They do that too. They will have a moving banner on the bottom too. They put in
Brutal Bob, you can always make us laugh, man.
And then they allow when you pay for it, you have like you can have 10 people up there
Yeah.
at a time.
Yeah.
10
It's a
people.
cool system. It's a cool system. I like it. But I'm paying for this right now. I'll wait till I'm done paying for this one. And
How much you
then,
paying for that one? Let me ask. How much you paying? How much you paying for yours?
I got a super deal on mine from a buddy.
What? Ryan Guru?
Yeah. Yeah.
$10, right?
Yeah.
How many you allowed to have up in your stream? 10?
I'm allowed to have 10. I'm allowed to have 10 up.
That's cool. Hey, why would you
Well,
want to change it?
But the thing is though, like I said, Wayne, I like that restream because it seems to be, for me, it's brighter. It seems to be brighter, more poppier. Like things are easier to use, and it's actually easier to do it restream on your cell phone than it is to do StreamYard.
Here's Zombie, right?
Yeah, I'm on my hotspot right now. My other internet's kind of lagging because my son's live streaming, gaming, blah blah blah.
Yeah. I just got one that came down, Zombie, and grabbed a speaker from here, and Grayson went back upstairs with one of those portable Bluetooth, and he's home now, so he's got his video games all hooked up. He's
Judy slapped Shane with a sticky fish.
Yeah, I'll eat those
You
too.
slap all the time, don't you?
Hey, you know what? That's why I'm here, Zombie. But I like the idea of them slapping me with the houses and the lobsters. I could always put a new house up, and I can always eat lobster. I'm Shane with the stinky and fish too. I love
Bob.
fish. Yeah.
How you doing, Wayne?
All right, how are you doing?
Good.
There, I slapped myself with a wrench. Are you happy now, Shane?
Mm-hmm. No, not a wrench. Come on, Tasha. I don't want.
Well, I just slapped you with a TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slapped off.
Yeah. Okay, the wrench is fair then. The wrench is
Big
fair.
man says, slap Wayne.
You're picking on me for? I ain't doing nothing, man.
Wayne, everybody's got to get. You got to get it. You got to get it, man. You're not a part of the club.
He messes with me all
You
the
got to get
time.
it.
Anyway.
You got to take it. That's the initiation. Yeah.
I kid around on my channel. I fit in with my channel too.
How you doing today, Zombie?
I'm doing good. I'm just trying to been getting on Jamie out there, telling her she needs to get busy and get a video put up.
Well, she probably has a bunch of them in her phone that she could put up there. Put
Hey,
some of them
I was in chats forever. Finally, everybody kept saying, "You need to make a video." Scott wouldn't leave me alone.
There's the house there. There's the house.
Oh,
Somebody got
RoboCop.
smoked with a house.
My
Somebody got
robot.
smoked inside the house.
Yes,
Bob's
we're
into it.
all happy, Judy May. You have to go in here and edit my.
With a house. Yeah, keep bringing the houses.
Slap happy. Who's roboting? Me?
Nope.
Big
I
man.
don't know.
No, you sound good, Tommy. For me, you do.
Okay.
I'm trying to edit Nightbot right now.
I'll be right back. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I got super good at internet now.
What do
Finally.
you got? What is your internet?
It's a little satellite dish with a blue light in it, Zombie. And it's on the corner of my house right here. Right here. There. It's in the corner of my house on the roof. And it sends a signal, I guess, because they can't run lines. I'm so far out of town. They don't run fiber optic cables. And my next door neighbor, listen to this. My next door neighbor has a landline. He doesn't believe in cell phones. And he hasn't had his landline in a month.
Huh.
Yeah, that's how bad it is.
Gary,
Hey, Gary.
What's up, John?
how you feeling, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Little tired. I didn't get much sleep last night, but I'm doing good. In fact, I almost fell asleep a little bit ago.
Well, I was up to 2:00 on your panel last night. The barbecue.
There you go.
Smoky ribs. What, man, that was awesome having him up there, wasn't it?
It really was. Seemed like a real down to earth fella.
Yeah.
Oh, Big Matt. With the
Big
TV.
But Wayne.
Yeah, I just went in and edited it, so got to make sure they all work.
Here, I'll be back.
Oh, Lexus RoboCop dude. Hello, hello.
What's up, Lexus? Judy
Slap
May.
that Lou. You come in, you got slapped right off the bat, Gary.
Did I get slapped? Okay.
Yep.
You got to do it again, Big Matt. Or no, it did work. All right.
Let's see. Who slapped me?
Big Matt.
Well, what's the slap mean? Oh.
It's just a command with Nightbot.
Oh, okay.
You just type slap and then whoever, and it'll randomly decide which it's going to slap you with.
Yes. All is well.
You think I know that by now?
Hope all is well with you, Lexus.
You have to slap who? Gary or Shane?
Let's see.
Shane's got the damn green light on again.
I remember you, Jim.
I like the green light. I need the green light.
See, here's the problem, Judy May. When I think of you, I think Judy May. There's another young lady by the name of Judy that is, the wife of Rich from 1080 Fisher Musician. And then, I remember you, darling, but I remember you as Judy May. Judy May, Judy May, Judy May. See, I got that. But,
Judy.
well, if it were Judy, that'd be different.
CFM Queen. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Judy.
But hey, it's all right. Don't threaten me with a good time. That's all I'm saying.
That's right.
So you don't know the name of it. I'm trying everything out here. They keep saying by the end of the year we'll have fiber, and I'm rural, but there's a main thoroughfare through here, and it's supposed to be coming. It's out here, but it's supposed to be getting hooked up.
Yeah.
What's up, Brutal Bob? Apparently, Bob thinks I need to be slapped too.
With a book. You only got a book, though, Gary. That's not so bad.
Well, what can you get slapped with?
A house. I get slapped with a house all the time.
It's all good.
They slap Shane with a lawnmower.
A good one, though. A good one, though, Zombie. I'm tired of it. I've got a brand new tractor. Well, it's good now, but it was, what a thing to give you a problem. Brand new. But
Hey,
anything can mess up.
if you get to keep
What's that?
I said if you get to keep the lawnmower, there's some benefit to that.
I like my ride-ons. I like my tractors. I've had a lot of tractors. I got a lot of toys. That I love them. There's nothing better than running a machine and seeing a whole lot of work get done. And when you're good at it, you know yourself, Zombie. When you're good at it, when you look back at it, it's running. Yeah, it's always gave me joy, a lot of joy. Still does. But I bought a piece of junk.
Well,
Oh, Shane got slapped with a stinky trout.
Oh,
well, then you get to fry it. So you got you a meal.
Tash is programming this as we're going, eh?
Not me. Shane.
She's programming this as we're going. Look, look, she got her hand up by her face now.
Not me.
Well, I'd rather just have long grass, Judy May. Just saying.
Is that Wayne? No,
Oh,
that Gary said that. I didn't say. Well, Lord have mercy.
oh, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'd rather have long grass. Personally, I'd rather have a yard full of fruit trees than grass.
Yeah, I've got a yard. I got a good yard full of some good stuff. Actually, you should see my plums coming out. My
I
plums
would
are
love
coming.
to.
Yeah, they're coming out. Well, they're
I'm
only about that big right now, and they're green. But they come out. They're like a red, and they're beautiful. And there's going to be a lot this year. Last year there wasn't so much. This year there's going to be a lot. Same with my cherry and my apples, my Macintosh apples. There's going to be a lot of them this year. Everything's right spruced off. But I got no garden. But I did no garden. I didn't put a garden in this year. It was the only thing I didn't do. We had garden. We had pots, but no garden.
I wouldn't
I
work
didn't get the internet, but I got a book, Big Matt.
Yeah, because if you put the slap out before anything, it's gonna slap you anyways. Kitty
See?
cat.
Uh-oh.
So you just put in the text, slap somebody, and it slaps them.
If
Yeah,
you type
you're right.
in there, slap whoever you want. You can slap yourself. The Nightbot will slap you with whatever I have it programmed to.
I already told you, Bob. All you got to do is get me down there. I just want to play with your toys. I want to try them all. And
I'll be there first, Shane.
I don't know. I can run fast. I can run fast.
Just gonna hover above and drop a line down and pull me back up.
Yeah, I know. I
wonder if this will work. I doubt it. There we go. He ain't even here, and I slapped him. That's how good I am.
Yeah, they don't have to be in here.
So, Zombie, have you taken your boat out yet this year?
No. Hell
No?
not.
Okay.
It's crying shine a minute. I actually think I may end up just selling it.
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
had it on the water for 2 years.
Yeah.
Honestly,
you got a lake, a pond, or something? Where do you take it?
Well, I live about an hour and 15, 20 minutes from Barkley, Kentucky Lake. And then I've got Lake Nolan. I've got Rough River Reservoir. I have Lake Bashir. We have Lake Malone. I got several that's 45 minutes to hour 15 minutes. Good fisheries, really good. Cumberland's about an hour and 45 minutes from me. So that's a little far, but
Hey, man.
that big 200 sucks the gas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It would, too.
How big's your yard, Zombie?
I mow about. I probably mow a little over 3.5 acres of mowing.
Well, you could put you in
here.
a little pond.
Oh yeah. We're looking at putting a pond on the back part of the property.
You got a backhoe? You got a backhoe with that tractor, Zombie?
No, don't have. But I've got access to. I have access to all that stuff here. I got farmers out here that are close most
Okay.
of them, most of the time you can, while they're here close doing some work, that's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah.
Catch them here. My brother-in-law has a lot of equipment. He has them articulating trucks and long reach. I mean, he's excavation service. They used to mine coal, and they've kept some of the smaller stuff.
Yeah.
But he's just so busy he can't get over here. So
Yeah.
But I'd like to put me at least a half-acre pond or something back here.
Well, I thought about doing it here. Crystal and I talked about it, and I got a little backhoe, and I thought about doing it because, it gives us a pond. It gives us it gives us water if we need it because we have our own water wells here, and sometimes they go dry. But I have a couple of them, so I keep draining one into the other. But it would be nice to have a big body of water if that didn't work out, because sometimes they'll both go dry. They almost did here with this heat spell.
Well, this one back here, if I'd put it in, I'll make it. It may not be a large, but it will be deep when I get done because I like to be able to raise some fish in it. And we have a lot of springs feeding the back end of the property.
Yeah.
So
as long as you have an in and an out, right? As long as you have some type of water source coming in to keep the water, percolated, right?
Yeah. Just that you spillway, where you keep everything drained right.
Yeah.
I'd like to raise some fish, just to have for, crap hits the fan kind of stuff. I am a zombie. I do get into prepping, and that's a prep item for me. I want to do.
Yeah. Well, it also is really good for feeding your plants. If you use pond water, typically for feeding your tomatoes and your peppers and what have you, it's really good for that.
We have a small pond. I don't guess I've ever showed it on the video, but it's right here. Well, it's within 100 feet of my house, but it's about it may be 75 feet across, 60, 70 feet across, or diameter, and but it's shallow. It just needs to be dug out.
Yeah,
but there's water in it even when it's really dry.
Yeah, it holds water.
But it's not as big as I'd like to have I'd like to have a bigger. Matter of fact, we talked about cutting into it and kind of tying it all together, putting a.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That'd be nice.
Get off you. Yeah, Zombie's lucky I don't live closer to him. I love boats. I love boats. I love boats.
This here does pretty good. It'll move. It'll GPS on it 68 mile an hour with two people loaded with equipment.
Well, 200 horse, right? That's a monster.
Yeah, 200. That's a monster. Of course, there's a lot bigger out there now, but I don't want to go no faster than what I do in that thing.
Yeah.
But I've had them come. I've been wide open and had them come by me like I sit and still.
That's good tubing speed.
Yeah. See, that's like those cigarette boats. So yeah, I'm a fan, big fan of those boats.
But Shane, you don't like the water.
Yeah, I know. I just got to stay in the boat. I'm fine. Life jacket. I can wear one of those I can put, one of those inflatable things on that when you poof it up, you look like the Marshmallow Man. I'm fine with that.
I have the life jacket I wear. It's one of those. It's got the tab on it. It's got the cartridge. That way it's not in your way all the time. But I only wear it when I'm fishing and I've got really bad water. If it's choppy, a lot of wind. But when we're anytime I'm commuting or moving, I have my regular vest on because it's there, and I know as soon as I go out of the boat, it's got me.
Lots of the boats. I've always wore one. I've been on a lot of boats. I always. But the other thing is too, the bigger the boat. Remember, I like big boats too. I like super big boats. So the bigger the boat.
You heard that song? I like big boats and I cannot lie. You other people can't.
Yes, there is a song around that. You're right, Gary.
See, life jackets are in the boat, but I don't wear them.
Bob probably got a lake up there on that big property he's got. He's probably got a lake big enough to run a bass boat in.
We
Oh,
said
yeah.
our ponds are spring fed.
Well, if you ever get over here to Central Mississippi, Zombie, bring your boat. We got about a 30-acre lake. You're welcome to run around in.
Oh man,
It's family property. It ain't like it's my lake, but I can give you permission to walk. And for that matter, any of y'all get over this way, just holler.
Well, hey, I'm working on it.
I've got a
Okay.
friend of mine that's got a 55-acre private lake. Oh, it's his uncle's, and,
Nice.
and I haven't been over in a few years. They call it Lake Rillaman, but he raises them bass over there, and he throws that food out there like you do with catfish, Yeah, man. We was over one day and we was coming up to the dock, getting ready to go to the ramp, take the boat out. His uncle come out there and start throwing that feed out there, and I found out why we couldn't catch no fish. They
And he was
was
feeding them to
500
death.
of them come up. Yeah, and they was anywhere from 2 pound to 10 pound. Well, they ain't gotta chase minnows and frogs. He feeds the crap out of them.
By the way, what's up, squirrel?
Just goes, I mean, there you go. Squirrel.
Well,
Yeah.
I've seen people take a burlap sack and load it down with feed and chunk it in the water, just so they could, bait a hole. That don't seem too sporting though.
Well, the electronics have gotten so crazy now that man, it's just the
Yeah.
fish. They're everything. It's kind of. I don't want to sound wrong. It kind of takes a little bit of the fun out of it for me.
Yeah,
Because you're like, man, it looks like it. That's a lot of the fun for me is just trying to figure it out yourself instead of the. I mean, and I get it. There people are tournament fishing, and they're getting busy, and it's time. They want to know what's there in and out. But you can see the dabbling lure come by, and I mean, like
They're that
once
good,
the fish
yeah.
hit it, they're that good. Yeah.
that's crazy.
Well, my thing is I would like to have one of them on my boat, Zombie, just so that if I do get skunked just doing it the other way, because I want to have something to eat, I'm going to turn that on, and I'm going to get a feed before I go home.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than going home with skunk on you.
Yeah.
To me, I'll be honest with you. I eat some fried catfish, that type of thing. But to me, the fishing was always more about the company than it was the fishing. The fish.
Yeah.
I just like getting out there, maybe bring a sandwich or maybe a cold beer or drink. Some time with my brother or whoever I go.
Yeah.
Catfishing's that way for me, but
Have to be
bass
off here.
fishing, man, I'm focused so much on the fishing.
Have a good night, Wayne.
Heading out, Wayne.
Bye.
Oh, are you
Bye,
Wayne?
buddy.
Hey, Wayne, you're taking off?
Yes, I
Take
am.
care. I'll see you
you too.
tomorrow, buddy.
Hey,
Take care, man.
good seeing you again. That's a good name, Wayne.
Yeah, I had an Uncle Wayne. Yep. Great name.
Well, that's my middle name.
I'm John Wayne.
And of
Exactly.
course,
Oh
John
my
Wayne.
God, yeah, Bob, my boat, my boat
Yeah.
fit.
Well, Bruta Bob, if I start walking now, I can probably be there next year.
I'm not walking. I'm coming, but I'm not walking. I'm going to get a Tesla, and I'm coming. I'm going to go steal one.
The whole thing is, Shane, it'd be cheaper for me to walk than it is to drive.
Brother Bob, what state you live in? I'm just curious. You got 3 ponds, 8 to 10 acres, and with different fish in each of them. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
I need me a big
we
old
tend to
track
call
hoe for about a week.
we tend
No,
to
not
call
put in
8
a
to 10
big
acres a
pond.
small lake.
Well, what's up, Belinda and Chuck?
Here, I'll be back.
And
He's gone again. Freaking like a toddler. He can't sit still for 2 damn minutes. Up and down, back and forth, back and forth. Well, you sound a lot better, Gary.
thank you. I guess I rested my voice a little bit more today. Lately, it seems I've been hopping in one stream and another, and
Yeah, push your own.
and also on my, we did something real stupid last night. After Russ left, and the tail end of it, me and Devil Dog spent an hour looking for a live that we had been in, and I don't know why we were looking for it. I don't think we ever figured out why we were looking for it, other than we wanted to see who it was we were in there with. But
Yeah.
it just didn't make any sense. I got a little silly with it, I guess.
Bob, how you feeling, buddy?
Yeah, I wanted to ask him that too.
He lives in Northeast Michigan.
Okay. That would be, it sounds like he's got a pretty nice setup up there.
Yeah, Michigan's gorgeous,
Oh yeah.
especially in the
Whenever he
summertime.
gets healthy, I'm gonna go see it. Well, I say when he gets healthy, I'm going up to see it.
Now, Michigan's right by Indiana, ain't it?
Yeah, it's above Illinois.
Yeah. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. We go up to Indiana fairly regular.
I'm gonna jump off of here. Maybe my other internet's. I'm gonna hopefully get back on it in a little bit. That's right. That's right, Bob. Got my
There
nerves.
we go.
I'll be out in chat. I'll catch you on a little bit.
All right,
Hey.
Zombie.
Okay, Zombie. We'll see you, buddy.
Good seeing you, Zombie, as always.
See, Shane waiting for me to come up so I can fix his whippersnipper, so I can
Yep.
fix the axle and his backhoe. Then,
Backhoe.
of course, I also have to seal
And to fix the rotor tiller.
Oh yeah,
It's out of
fix
time.
the rotor.
Out of time.
No,
I threw it out of time.
yeah, but I thought a whippersnapper was a kid.
No, that's a snapper. Gary, that's a snapper, man.
He calls it whippersnipping.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
called whippersnipping.
Weed whacking is whippersnipping to him.
Oh, well, we always say, tell that young whippersnapper to straighten up and fly right.
Yeah.
Of course, that's different than a whippersnipping, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's grass trimming. It's doing your grass trimming, Gary.
I always thought that was just cutting the grass.
No, but when you trim, what do you do when you trim?
Trim? What's that?
Like when you trim next to your house, right? Like when you trim everything else.
Oh, yeah, well, we got this trimmer that,
Yeah. You call it a trimmer? You call it trimming?
we call it weed eating.
Yeah. See? Yeah, I've heard that before. But
Well,
we call it whippersnipping here in Canada.
Okay. Whippersnipper. All right. Well, I'm getting an education.
And I keep my whippersnipper in my garage. And my
Yeah.
garage is attached to my house, which has a bucket of cucumber water in it. For me and Jamie.
Your
For
head
me and
in.
Jamie.
You know, you might want to get you a bucket of salt. You know, rock
Well,
salt.
I got a bucket of salt. We got all kinds of salt here, Gary. We actually, Windsor, Nova Scotia, has the biggest salt producing plant in the country.
That's cool.
Hmm.
You ever heard of using a bucket, a 5-gallon bucket and a bag of salt for as a dehumidifier?
No.
Well, if you get that salt, put it in the bag and suspend it over an empty 5-gallon bucket, that salt will suck in the humidity out of the air and it'll drip down and drip into the bucket. You just have to empty the bucket every now and again.
Yeah, well, see, my dehumidifier is costing me a fortune. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I got a dehumidifier, and it's a big machine, and it costs a fortune to run it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Here in Canada, we don't have privatized electrical companies here in Canada. We have one like here it's called Nova Scotia Power. It's one entity, one corporation that runs the whole entire province. So they jack their prices up whenever they want. Right?
Well, you should start this thing and get in touch with well, never mind. That starts getting into a political thing.
Yeah, well,
Okay. You know, tell them that's electricity's a right.
it should be.
Yeah.
It's not in Canada. It's not in Canada.
It's not anywhere that I know of.
Well, yeah, but you guys don't you guys have privatized electrical companies that give you rates, give you guys better rates? Like like same thing as our cell plans? Don't you guys have that in the States? Don't you guys have privatized electricity?
Not that I guess it's possible, not that I'm aware of.
The only time you can have your own electricity is if you have a windmill and it produces electricity like that. You can also sell it to the power company.
Yeah, you can do that here too. If you have a big enough grid here in Canada, you can do that too, but you have to have solar. You have to have a lot of stuff.
There's a few different ways of doing it. In fact, Shane, do you live by a river?
I live by the Bay of Fundy.
Okay, yeah, but that's like a stationary thing. If
that's the sea, that's the Atlantic. Yeah, that's the Atlantic Sea. Yeah.
Some folks make I've seen people make well, I guess it's kind of like a energy.
I've already thought of that, Gary. I've got one thing that we went through a lot here in the house is appliances. We went through until we bought all brand new. We just bought all brand new appliances, but all the old stuff, we got 2 or 3 washers and a couple of dryers, and the motors on them, if you run them in reverse, you polarize them, run them in reverse, they'll actually generate power. Right.
Yeah. So I know what you're saying, Gary, because you can take a water wheel and an alternator.
Yeah.
And
same thing.
That way.
Yeah. If you got a little creek, I do have now next to me is the largest farm in the county next to me. And they have a drainage ditch that runs on my property, and it's always full of water. It's always got running water in it. And I've thought about doing that with those washing machine motors.
That would be cool. I mean, you can produce enough electricity with one of those things.
You can charge your cell phone. You can charge your cell phone.
You can run a freezer.
Yeah.
From what I've heard. But I've seen the thing about the one of those windmill things that Tasha was talking about, though. You have to live in an area that has a pretty good, consistent.
Well, mine here, Gary, where I'm at, it's nothing but fields and then the Bay of Fundy. So the tidal bore, the wind and the stuff that we get off the tidal bore off the Bay of Fundy is just like if we had wind, like you can get those. I know friends of mine that has just those small windmills on a telephone pole,
Yeah.
and yeah, they're doing like they're paying, you know, they're getting paid so much because of
Oh,
it, right?
Now, a lot of folks, you know, some folks go off the grid, but I know that some folks are still tied into the grid, and they do part and part. You know, a
Yeah,
lot of
we got generators. I got generators here. I got 2 water wells and a drilled well on this property, right?
Hey,
So,
I am curious, Shane. Have you ever heard of a something called? And you probably have. It's just I've studied up on this a little bit, so I find it an interesting subject.
Yeah.
You ever heard of a gasifier?
a gasifier what?
A gasifier.
A gasifier?
Yeah,
With wood?
yeah.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
That thing is just so cool.
Yeah.
There's-
We've also thought we had friends up the road that built a house and they did geothermal. They did
Yeah.
geothermal in their house. And I'm telling you, you want to see something work and something that's cool and something that it is expensive, but it will pay itself off, especially if you're going to build brand new right
Oh,
from
yeah.
the get-go.
You know, a lot of folks are also going with these greenhouses that use what they call an earth bank, and
Yep.
for heating and cooling. And you gotta figure out how much area you try to cool in order to make sure that it will go through and cool and heat it. I always thought that was kind of cool.
It is cool.
I watched one dude that was, I think he's in Canada, way up north in Canada, I think, that has this greenhouse that is all passive solar. He just has
I know who you're talking about, Gary. Yep.
cool.
Yep.
It's cool to talk to somebody that knows something about what I'm.
Well, see, his whole house is the greenhouse. His whole entire house is the greenhouse, and the way he's got it set up to the sun cycles, and he grows year round like crops, beautiful. And then it heats and he uses barrels. Is the same guy, Gary? He uses barrels. He paints barrels white and he paints barrels black. And he replaces them, and they're full of water, and he replaces them inside this place, and it actually heats his whole entire house, and it's huge. It's massive. With the greenhouse, of course.
Color drop. Mason Sprout says, "What is it?" Belt loop. What is what? The earth bank, the water thing, I'm afraid I didn't catch it right when it was pertinent. Moon Sprout, formerly Color Drop.
Randy. Which part, Brutal Bob? The recipe that I sent you for that? Is that what you're talking about?
Hey, Stock Explorer, what's up? I'm on my phone. I'm going back downstairs now, so I'll be able to see who's here.
His mucus is starting to come out. I assume that means that he's starting to clear up. His lungs are starting to clear up a little bit.
Yes. Judith, CFM's wife there, she posted a lung cleaner recipe.
Yeah.
And Brutal Bob's owner made that for him. And
Oh,
so
nice.
it's actually helping.
Good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Now we know. Now we know.
Well, I typically, when I was a kid, I had asthma. And in fact,
did you ever smoke, Gary? I know you chew tobacco. Did you ever smoke?
Well, let me put it this way. Not really. A little bit, you know, but when I was young, I know I've made no bones about the fact that I was really into wine, women, and song. And so when I was, a lot of times when I'd go into a bar or, you know, a dance club or something, I would sometimes have some cigarettes instead of dipping.
Yeah.
And when I was young, there was a few recreational things I would smoke. But
Yeah. Yeah. I'm from Canada, so I know what you're talking about.
that's been many, many years ago. But I mean, smoke's never been something that I was really hung up on. But I did, which is kind of funny also because I mean, it just didn't do much for me. I will tell you this though, that because of the fact that I had asthma, you know, they wouldn't let me join I'd signed up for the Marine Corps, and they, you know, my brother mentioned to the Army recruiter that I had asthma, and so then they said, nope, can't go. They said, told me I couldn't go. He still went in the Army.
But back in the day, if you didn't say anything, you were fine.
Well,
until it became an issue, right?
Right. The fact is, I didn't have a whole lot of problems with my asthma by the time I got to then. Every now and then it would be a problem, and if it became a problem, then, you know, well, obviously it became at times it was a serious problem, but that was only during rare instances where I'd have an asthma attack. But I didn't near as much when I got older. I mean, I've got an inhaler somewhere around here, but I've had that inhaler for, I don't know, 2 years, something like that, maybe longer. And to be honest with you, I haven't really used it for asthma as much as I had just when my lungs were feeling.
Congested.
Yeah. So, I can't remember the last time I had an asthma attack. Of course, well.
What's up, Steve? What's up, Steve? Misfit. Backwoods Misfit. Good to see you, Steve. Buddy. What are you at? Hopefully you're feeling better. Again, I tell everybody, so many of us not feeling good.
Steve,
Nora? You're one of them, buddy. And Nora's here.
Yeah.
Stop Explorer. That's my go-to right there, Nora.
I like Nora.
Yeah, you know what? If you want to know anything about that, you know, that kind of stuff that goes on in that business world.
Did you see what Brutal Bob put up, Gary? He said he generates all his power, sells it back to the power company, even though I'm not a customer.
Look at the freaking screen. I'm sorry, my eyesight's pretty bad. It is hard for me. It really is. I wish people would always type in.
That's pretty good, though, not to be a customer and still be getting a check.
That's pretty cool.
Hey, Steve.
That's sharp right there.
Hello.
You know, I've been interested in that type of thing for a long time. I gotta find. Well, I thought you had it down there.
How are you doing tonight, Steve?
Hey, Steve.
I'm doing.
You're doing?
Yeah. Just one of those days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait for this month to get over. Well, actually, it is August now, but.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's just.
I know summer's going by way too quick.
Well, do that, and it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Boredom.
Have you been looking? Have you been out on the property yet, Steve? Looking for your spot?
Yeah, I found the spot. It's just either raining or too damn hot now.
Yeah.
I'll wait until after deer season for that now.
Hey, Bob, I did want to say I was sorry. I mean, I have trouble reading this. The screen is just so, the print is just so small, and I've noticed especially over the last couple of days, it's just hard for me to see what's on it. Yesterday, I was literally having to bring it up here this close to my face, and I couldn't hardly read it then either. It's a little bit better today, but
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on my new glasses to come in.
Yeah. Do you think that might have had something to do with the Kofifi?
Okay, Bob.
No,
Right.
I don't know. It's very possible, but
Yeah.
it could just because I'm tired or I hadn't slept a whole lot, which I guess I was online. I didn't get to bed till close to 5 o'clock, and then I woke up at 9:30, I reckon. So for me, that's not a lot of sleep. And I'm sorry, Steve. I tend to drone on.
Oh, you're fine. Donna's doing good, little Bob. My stomach is irritable.
Hey, Tina, Bushcrafter, how's it going?
Eating right, the best.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you eating, Steve?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, I am. But Wednesday I'll go grocery shopping and get some better food. I need some fruit.
On a positive note, I've lost 42 pounds so far.
That's good.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Still want to lose a bunch more.
Yeah, I lost some weight too. But
Well, you're looking sharp, Shane.
thank you, man. Thank you. Thank
Green.
you.
I found whatever you lost.
Well, see, Crystal even at first, Crystal was even like not noticing, right? And then finally, when enough people had in the family and stuff had said, "Shane, man, they came up for a visit. They're like, hey, you look, they haven't seen me in a while too, right?" And then she starts looking and she goes, no, maybe you did lose a few pounds. But I don't know. I haven't been on a scale forever. So,
Yeah.
But I feel better. I feel a lot better.
There we go. And you typically do when you lose weight. By the way, Tennessee Bushcrafter, sounds like your day was a lot longer than mine.
Yeah. Good to see you, Tennessee Bushcrafter. What's up? John Hobbs. John. John Hobbs.
I'd like to lose about another 48. Then I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Hey, Hobbs. Wasn't there an author in I think it was in the 16 or 1700s by the name of Hobbes? Wrote about the nature, I think, of government and the nature of society, whether it's perfected by whether.
I think it was John Hobbs.
I think so, and that is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And there was also a Locke, Hobbes. As far as my views on a lot of government, a lot of whether or not people are perfected by society, or whether or not they are made.
Remy. I missed Remy.
You know,
You what?
I missed Remy.
Rem. Yeah.
I was looking at the chat, and then I looked at my screen, and it's delayed compared to. Hey, Remy. Hey, Remy. What you doing, old boy? Look at ya. Look at your face. Some good boy. Some
He
good
just wants
boy.
my gummy bears.
Yeah. I love them.
No, you're not taking them off my table, so get off.
Hey, Remy. What you doing, Remy?
Trying to store on my gummy bears.
Yeah, I gotta give him some.
well, I think it's cool too. There's there's basically three folks that I looked at when I was going to school. As far as you could say that people are perfect in nature and corrupted by society, or you could say that people were corrupted in nature and perfected by society. And there also becomes the question of the role of government and the ruler, whether or not that individual is ordained by God to actually rule, whether or not evil in government is acceptable because of the benefits that they provide. I mean, it's a pretty deep discussion that you can get into. I mean, if you think about it, if there is no law, there's no crime. It's that simple.
It's that way. It's that way in Amsterdam, and it works for them over there, right? If you know the laws in Germany, especially in Amsterdam and Holland, everything's legal over there, and they don't have the crime rate.
Wait a minute. See, here's the thing though, if everything is legal, I mean, and I'm assuming you're referring to substances.
Everything.
So murder's legal?
No.
All right, so there is some crime. There are some laws.
Yeah, but
Law.
because the other things are legal, prevent those other things from becoming light, right?
Well, see, here's the thing. A law is only a law because people get together and agree that these are the rules of society. And so there have to be, I would think, if you think about it, if you're there's no law, no government, whatever you did was not a crime. You could kill every person on the planet and then you still wouldn't be a criminal because you've broken no laws. If you may be an immoral person, but you haven't broken the law. However, as soon as you join a society, you give up certain rights and agree to a certain section, certain laws in order to benefit, to receive the benefits that's gained by joining that society. And there is a difference between laws and mores. So a more is basically just a moral guide that says that something is
Morally wrong.
So when you start
talking, what's up, Road Dog? What's up, buddy?
What's up, Road Dogs? Good to see you. So I mean, this is just some of the stuff that I studied in school, and it's a lot of it's theoretical, but and there's no way to determine whether or not, and it really is dependent upon your perspective. You could say that a person is perfect in nature by themselves, whatever, but they're also, life and existence is going to be a lot tougher when you cannot rely upon anybody else for anything, when you're solely responsible for your own shelter.
Yeah.
your own, if you get sick, you got to care for yourself. If you get hurt, you got to care for yourself. You're responsible for, growing your own food. You're responsible for, or trapping your own food, whatever. But, you gain a lot of assistance, I guess, when you're able to join a society that goes through and provides for some of those needs. The free exchange of goods and services for other goods and services.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
well, we don't really, it's not like we live under the same laws that they had and the same structures of government for the most part that they did back then anyhow. And a lot of it, John, it was Locke, Hobbes, and I can't think of the other fella that, hey, Google, who wrote the Leviathan?
Thomas Hobbes wrote Leviathan.
Thomas Hobbes. It was Thomas Hobbes. It was John Locke. John Locke, Thomas Hobbes, and there's one more, but I cannot think of who it is off the top of my
On
head.
the website studycorgi.com, they say Hobbes and Locke are influential Enlightenment philosophers.
Yeah.
what is that talking to you, man?
Oh, that's Google. I got this thing Google we talk to. Sometimes she talks back with good information. Sometimes she don't. She can be kind of difficult at times, but sometimes, she's easy to get along with. Hey, Google, what's my name?
Your name is Master.
Thank you.
Really?
Well, there's a story behind that.
That's a gizmo? That's a gizmo?
It's a little.
What I call a gizmo? I didn't know you could get one of them.
Well, it's a little electronic device about that big around that you plug in and it gets hooked up to the internet. And it's, this particular one is powered, I guess, by Google. And so it goes through and you can ask it questions. And my wife set them up. She's the one that got these two things. She got one for the bedroom and she ended up getting one for in here too. And see, initially she set it up and her name is Tammy Renee. So, she had it, her name, according to Google, was Trina, T. Renee, So one day I was in here and Google called me Trina. I said, no, it's going to work. I said, no, you're not going to call me that. From now on, you're going to call me. And the first thing that came to mind was Master. If I'd have thought about it, I'd have told it to call me El Generalissimo or El Presidente, but I didn't think about it.
Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like it.
Well, I kind of like it too. Sometimes there's times that, we tried asking it the other day, something about inline breeding of turkeys. And I asked it 4 or 5 different ways, and it kept saying it didn't know anything. Well, the next day I asked it one time, expected it to give me the runaround, and then actually came out with an article or something that was talking about it. So it's got its pros and its cons.
Now, what do you mean by doing that with turkeys? What's inline breeding?
Inline breeding, and I learned this through talking to Devil Dog. Inline breeding is where, for example, you take a daughter, a turkey, and breed it to its father, and it won't come out with any third leg or anything. Although, if you ask me, a turkey with a third leg would be a good thing. But the fact is, inline breeding is just where you breed something with an ancestor. It doesn't work.
But in the birds, that works, right?
Right, but it doesn't work well if you're dealing with a lot of other animals. But apparently, it's not a problem in turkeys. I don't know if that works with chickens, But I'm from what I gather, it's okay with turkeys.
Okay.
Let's see, inbred turkeys. Well,
Nora's asking the question. Nora,
yeah.
you probably have one of these things already, Nora. You probably have one of those Google things, Nora. I'll guarantee that.
Bushcrafter.
What's up?
Sub
Hey,
Tennessee.
man. So,
Hey.
speaking of the line breeding, I was typing all this, responding to y'all's line breeding stuff the other night, but y'all were kind of, I don't know, y'all were searching for whatever y'all were searching for last night.
Yeah.
Line breeding is like something that a lot of like real hardcore breeders, champion breeders, that's what they use to isolate certain traits in different stock.
Okay.
I mean, they do it in pigs, they do it in rabbits. I'm line breeding my rabbits, and I mean,
Okay.
we're getting bigger litters.
Yeah.
Because
and keeping the same bloodline. It's if you got one good one, the rest of them are going to be pretty good, right?
yeah, right. You
Yeah.
don't want to breed like say sideways, like brother to sister, but you can breed like mother to son, or father to daughter.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people look at that negatively, because the way our
Yeah, but it's
mentality is.
obviously a thing. I mean, how do those big bird corporations that have hundreds of thousands of birds, how are they doing it, right? They got to be
Yeah.
doing something
Right.
that works, something that works.
And I mean, even big like dog breeders, they do the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well,
I mean,
But doing
you
too
still,
often, that's not good either.
yeah.
Or the
Hey,
clubhouse.
If you go too far with it,
hey,
you know.
Tennessee,
Go ahead.
isn't that brought about hip dysplasia in dogs?
Well, I guess it depends on the breed.
Well, that's just something I heard. I don't know how accurate it is. I do know that I've got a friend of mine who's been a breeder of snakes, and a lot of times they look. I think it was what is it? There's some kind of a snake he typically breeds. I think he's gotten rid of all his snakes, but he used to go through and bleed. He would breed these particular snakes together that had particular recessive genes,
Right.
and so that they would have particular colors or patterns on them.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's
but-
like, I've got them New Zealand rabbits, white with pink eyes, and a lot of people kind of freak out about them. Oh, they got demon eyes, blah, blah, blah. You can actually breed the pink eyes out of them, and you can make them blue eyed.
yeah,
I mean, I know many people that have done that.
Just because of that.
Yeah, exactly. Even though, I mean, they're perfect meat rabbits.
Yeah.
And I mean, the ones I have, they're good mothers and blah blah blah. But of course, they don't like this heat that we had the last few weeks. But
Yeah. Imagine, right? How many do you have? How many do you have, Bushcrafter?
right now, I think I'm sitting around 25.
Okay.
Back around the beginning of summer, I think I had about 40.
that reminds me. Tammy told me that she's lost 2 of her rabbits here in the last couple of days, and she's kind of concerned whether or not they got a hold of something, but they were in.
Are they on the ground?
No, they're in pens up off the ground. But she's having.
Well, I told you about that. Like, it's basically rabbit Ebola that's going on, and it's spreading across the states.
Well,
And
yeah,
I mean, it can be spread through humans, and it can be spread through wild rabbits. And I mean, I've come out here, and there be Times I come home from somewhere and there'll be a wild rabbit, you know, like up on the pile of poo
Yeah.
underneath the rabbit cages. And I mean, my
Wow.
rabbit cages, you know, they're 4 foot off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are too, I think. Something like that.
Well, they got that's the same thing here in my area. All the dairy farms. I live around nothing but dairy farms. We can't go from dairy farm to dairy farm. They don't allow you to do that. There's if you're not from that dairy farm, they don't like you going to one dairy farm and then or being in contact with the animals and then going to another one. They just
Yeah, HB.
what is it? Yeah.
HB.
Yeah, it's just really considered disrespect.
HB.
But see, like with the rabbits, this has just started, I guess, over the last few years. You can get an injection, but I mean, you know, you're talking a $5 injection for a $15 breeding rabbit.
Yeah.
You know, if I butcher them, I mean, you look online, you butcher a rabbit, you know, about 3.5 pounds, you're looking at about $40.
Yeah.
But, you know, you got to be USDA approved, you know, you got to go through all these hoops. So, you know, it's not feasible.
And you also gotta cut it up in a properly done stainless steel, completely done kitchen to be well up here in Canada.
Yeah,
you have to have
same way here. It has to be
kitchen, right. You have to have a kitchen.
Yeah, and I mean there is one little loophole we can get through that. We can actually, if we know somebody that has like a restaurant, I can kill the rabbit here on the farm and take it there and butcher it in his kitchen because he is USDA approved.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, Tasha.
All right, Steve.
You know, it's all a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to a farmer's market, you can buy this, that, and the other, but you know, when it comes to meat, I mean, like in the States, you know, we can buy jelly, canned jelly, but you can't buy canned produce at a farmer's market unless you're inspected.
Yeah.
I mean, the only difference is, you know, jelly, you know, it's preserved with sugar.
But here's the other thing that I don't get, but yet you can buy pies and cakes from, you know,
right.
You know, that's kind of hypocritical.
Well, I think part of the problem that you run into is
Howdy, Jonesy.
What's up, Jonesy?
Radio Jonesy, what's up?
Good to see you as always. I think part of the problem that you run into, and I can't speak for everywhere, but you got so many different departments and what have you that take care of so many different things. And each one of them wants to prove that they're doing the right thing. And they put all these rules and regulations on you.
Here's my opinion, Gary, not to cut you off, but
that's all right.
I was kind of dipping into it a little bit, talking to Tasha in the background. USDA and the FDA, they're all owned by the government. Well, they actually own the government. I mean, you go back and you look at like stuff in high schools and schools, you know. Oh, got milk. Do you know who all that research was paid for by?
Government.
The dairy industry.
No.
I mean, it's the same way. Everything you look at, you know, oh, well, eggs aren't good for you. Okay, well, that was paid for by, you know, like the pork industry. So, I mean, the USDA and the FDA, I mean, they're crooked. They're in somebody's pocket.
It's in their best interest to make sure people buy their products and buy their...
And, I mean, you stop and think about it. The USDA and the FDA, they were originally designated to watch out for the consumer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried when
And I
it
mean-
was gone.
And I mean, now what are they doing? They're looking out for their bottom line.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I
how
mean,
many people are willing
Big
to?
Pharma is in there too. I mean, Big Pharma owns our government.
Yeah. I mean, how many people are willing to vote against their own interests?
I know. It's just like everybody always hollers, oh, we need, term limits. Yeah, okay. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Shane, if you don't stay in your chair, I'm gonna glue you to it.
Why?
Howdy, Matt.
Freaking
You don't
look
like my
down
light?
or look
You don't
away
like my
for
light?
2 seconds, then you're gone.
You don't like my light? Well, I gotta roll a cigarette. I gotta roll a cigarette every now and again.
You just freaking smoked one.
Yeah, I know, but it's the beer combo.
Pew, pew.
I don't know, but that's my pet peeve with this country is,
Well,
I think the medical industry,
Okay, Matt.
pharmaceutical industry, and the USDA, the FDA, they're all intertwined. I mean, you look at like even Canon stuff, the FDA, oh no, this ain't safe. You can't do this, you can't do that. But you can buy it in a can.
Yeah. Yeah.
what's up, Dr. Mercenary?
They
Hey, Doc, what's up?
They don't want people to be able to provide for themselves. And like I said the other night, everything you buy that is a pharmaceutical and produced in a lab, originally it was a plant. It all came from a plant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like veggie burgers?
Yeah,
Right? Right?
I don't know. I've tried them and I ain't got a problem with them.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah,
I've tried them. I mean, they're alright.
no. I mean,
They don't
it's
have
like
a-
turkey burgers. Even I like cooking turkey burgers once in a while, but you got to go
Oh, I
in
like
it
like
with the
turkey.
mindset. Got to go
I like-
in it with the mindset. This is not a hamburger.
Yeah.
That's very true. You have to understand what you're getting into. It's like the old adage: any game is fair as long as you know the rules before you get into it.
Yeah. You know them thoroughly.
All
Yeah.
right, I guess I'm quit. I'm gonna quit complaining. I'm gonna step down. I
Hey,
don't even remember. There was something. I came up here to spit. Oh, they was line breeding. That's what I come up here for.
yeah,
Hey.
thanks for that info, man.
Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
I was just going to say, I don't necessarily always look at it as complaining. I think you're just voicing your opinion on a subject that matters to you. And so
Yeah,
I
I'm
wouldn't,
pretty passionate about a few things.
I've learned that. And
Yeah.
ain't nothing
Foraging,
wrong.
herbal, medicinal stuff. People need to know these things. That's my opinion.
Well, there's a lot of stuff out in nature that most people don't know that they can use, or what it even looks like, or the
Right.
benefits of it. And these are all plants that grow every year.
That's like I was telling somebody the other day. We were talking about some kind of herbal stuff, and I don't exactly remember what it was. I was like, this is stuff that I was digging when I was 12, 13 years old.
Yep.
But I mean, my grandparents they were Cherokee, but then also, I had them older hill folk from the mountains of Tennessee. They kind of showed me some different stuff.
Yeah.
But when you're young, you don't pay enough attention.
That's true.
We used to get ginseng all the time. And you
Yeah.
used to be able to go out and get Indian turnip too, and you could sell that to the place where you sell your furs and stuff.
Yeah, we used to dig
But now
up
we
like
can't.
bloodroot, black cushaw, just all kinds of stuff. Ginseng.
We used to do pine mushrooms in BC, Canada here. We used to do pine mushrooms.
Do you have any idea what the Latin name of that is?
Of a pine mushroom? No.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
That's what I said. Yes, sir. That's what I was asking. If it.
Yeah,
what the
I
Latin
don't.
name was.
I don't know the.
I'm hardcore into mushrooms.
Yeah, this is a pine mushroom. We they used to pick them, and then we used to have people representatives from China come over in the Robson Valley where I live, and they would buy them and I mean they were expensive. They were super expensive. They buy them by the pound. Right.
Hey, Tosh, did you notice that Big Mac typed in there slap Devil Dog? That's
Yeah.
the second time Devil Dog's been slapped and he ain't even here.
I texted him a little while ago. I'm like, "Where you at?" I'm in bed.
Like I said, you can slap anyone. It doesn't have to be anybody in here. You could slap the Pope if you wanted to. It's still going to come up with slapping with something.
All right, I'm gonna step down. Nice talking to y'all.
Nice talking to you
Hey,
too. You
take
can
care
come
of
up anytime you want.
See ya.
Y'all have a good evening.
Always a pleasure. You see.
Tomorrow I gotta go vote.
Yeah, what?
You gotta do what?
I gotta vote tomorrow for our senators or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that was this time of year, huh?
Yeah.
When's your guys' presidential?
2024.
November.
Holy shit.
Later, Doc.
This will show, when we vote now, it will show who the runner-ups are mainly, and then they'll go in and so.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of excited, kind of not.
Yeah. I'm excited. I can't wait for mine to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about
far
politics,
overdue.
but
We're far overdue here in Canada, man. We need some we need some better eyes on the problem.
HB, this is only for Missouri right now, but I'll vote for you in November of 2024.
There you go. There you go.
I'm gonna vote for myself. I'm just gonna, scribble the name on there and be all good.
There you go. Let's sit back up. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And not just the president either.
Right.
The whole House, Senate, they all need to be cleaned out. Put younger ones in there, and not the old ones who are farting.
That's not really a good thing either, though, Tasha, because Canada thought that by putting Trudeau in there, we thought by putting a young guy in, he's going to clean things up. And what'd he do? He did some good things, mind you. He did some good things, but he messed up a lot of things.
You gotta freaking realize the people that are in the House and the Senate and all this stuff are older than fossil shit. Okay? So if they bring somebody, I'm not talking bring a 20-year-old in. bring somebody in that's 40 that still has a freaking mind and can get around, you know, without the assistance of everybody else.
And not shaking invisible people's hand. Kick out of that one. I got kicked out of that one. And I swear to God, he thought somebody was there. If you look in it, you can see it. He thought somebody was there. But no. Poor guy. Poor fella.
Tennessee Bushcrafter wants to know if you're going live tonight, Gary.
Probably. I think so.
There you trooper.
Well, I've got a little bit of time before I'm gonna have to go back to work, and that's one of the reasons why I've been doing so live.
Enjoy it, Gary. Now that you're feeling better, enjoy the next little part of it, right?
Mm. Oh yeah.
I'm just sick of people saying they're this type of. I'm not against anybody who wants to be if they're Democrat, Republican, liberal, whatever. I'm just tired of people saying they're this and then they're not.
Yeah.
That's what I'm sick of.
Yeah, I get you there too. Steve.
I get you there.
Yeah.
If you're this type of person, then stick with your party.
Yeah.
Instead of bouncing around and pretending you're going to be this, and then you end up being nothing but junk.
See, you think the thing is too, Steve, is that they turn around and it's where they get the most popularity, where somebody's spanking their ass every
Right.
5 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, you've got a group of established people that's in the government. All right. Let's assume for a moment that they are corrupt. And when somebody new comes in, the first thing they do is they go together and they get together with their party, and the party says, look, let's have this party introducing, everybody to what's going on. And they get a few folks in there and say, listen, and they'll point out a few examples of other people that came in that wanted to get stuff done, and, but they didn't have their party support. Well, if that party's making money hand over fist by doing something, said, hey, you can get some of it done, but you have to go along to get along. All right. They're trying to do the best for their folks. And, this whole one hand washing the other thing, I don't know any cure for it. But the fact is that there's a lot of folks out there that have good ideals, but when they get there, and let's say let's say you get somebody that is an idealist, and he goes up there and he tries to do some things, but nobody, because of the fact that he don't go along to get along, he ain't gonna get nothing done because everybody else, is doing what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got
Take care, Road Dog.
I agree with you, Bushcrafter.
Yeah.
I mean, the media is a big problem, that's for sure, too. Big, huge problem.
Man. Yeah. I've only been a part of this for 6 months. This media stuff, or social media. And, and I love it. I love it for what it's done for me, but it's, I hope it gets better. I hope people, figure it out.
That's right. Well, I became so frustrated with it that I just don't deal with it anymore. I don't look at the.
Gary, you shouldn't, man. That's my big thing. Is this is called you too. You too. Like nobody's getting that. Nobody's getting that. It's called you too.
Yeah, but the trouble is, it's ran by the folks, that are are making the donations to those individuals that are doing those studies. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I've never had a problem with people that did well and made good money. All right, the way I looked at it, a lot of them earned it fair and square. But the truth is, when you got all this money and you don't know, when you got more money than anybody else and you want to see something happen, well, you make things happen. You go through and you make sure that the right people are in place. You go through and the fact is, I don't know that there's any way to fight City Hall. I mean, City Hall, they already got their machine in place.
See, Gary, see, I fought a lot of them. I fought a lot of them. I fought unions. I fought employers. I fought the province on it. And I won. And I'm not even gloating. I'm just saying. But it drove me fucking crazy. Sorry, Tasha. It drove me crazy to the point I had to retire early at a reduced pension because dealing with those issues, that bullshit drama crap drove me insane. And I did it for 20 years. Right?
Well, what it boils down to is I can either spend my time doing things that I can control, that I can spend my time dealing with the people around me that I care about, with plants that I can have some say in whether or not they do well. I can try to help feed my family, do the things that are important, or I can spend my time beating my head up against, a wall or something that I can't do anything about. And the fact is that in order for anything to ever happen with anything like that, you'd have to have somebody with money that has some character. And the fact is, I'm not saying that there aren't any. What I'm saying is that, you have those individuals would have to some degree, work towards something that's against their self-interest a lot of the time. So I would rather spend my time, talking with y'all, going out here working on my peppers. I've got a lot of peppers I really need to start harvesting. And that's going to be my focus, at least for the next couple of days, I think.
There you go.
We can harvest tomatoes. Of course, I want to make green tomato jam that my mom makes.
Yeah. Well, tomatoes is a great thing to grow.
Well, you guys, how much beans did you get? How many beans did you get, Tasha?
Well, we filled this much in the bottom of the paper bag of green beans, yellow beans, and peas.
Yeah, but they were huge.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a bunch more out there to pick.
Yeah.
So, how are your tomatoes doing, Tasha?
Huh?
How are your tomatoes doing?
Oh. Mom planted a bunch of tomatoes, and I'm talking the stalks of these tomato plants are this big around this year.
That's
awesome. We did beefsteak tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, and then there's one other kind that I can't think of the name of. But I mean, they're loaded with green tomatoes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We got one tomato. We got one. We got one crop. Because we didn't do our garden in the ground this year because our roller tiller busted in. So yeah. I gotta get a part and timing on it again, right? But I said, Crystal, and the weather was so finicky. You know what I mean? It was so messed up. The weather was just completely messed up this year.
Yeah.
Nobody could grow enough here.
It was last year. Everything was we had 7 days last summer that it did not rain.
Yeah, that's great.
And all the acorns and hickory nuts and all that stuff fell off way early. So that keeps the deer out the property because we have a lot of hickory trees.
But they don't like hickory?
No, they'd eat the hickory nuts, but the problem is they didn't get a chance to like mature last year because with the thunderstorms and the rain, they just all blew off the trees.
Yeah.
And you know the squirrels gather everything, but even them, they almost starved last winter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You-
I'm
You know how
hopefully
many
they're not
deer?
like this
You
year.
know how many deer got the coyotes here in my area? Because I live in the middle of nowhere. There's coyote packs, there's deer herds, and we watched so many times that the deer, and the coyotes, they were both starving to death last year. It was
Well,
insane.
even here, you know, we have bobcats, and they're not scared to come close. And the same way with the coyotes and fox and everything. They're not. I mean, we got a couple bears, but I haven't seen them. I've seen signs of them.
Wow,
But,
that's one
you know,
thing.
just
Out here,
hoping this year that
I lived out here my whole life. I'm third generation, and I remember the old guy saying about black bears out here. I've never seen one. Well, I did 2 years ago. I seen one out here, and it was a monster. It was huge. And I even said to my neighbor, and he goes, "Oh yeah, we've seen him all the time." I said, "That's the first one I've ever seen in my whole entire life of being out here." And it was massive. Man, it was a big black bear.
yeah, black bears, I mean, it just depends. And some of them are big. I mean, you could get a cub, you know, a young one that's only like a year
I
old.
know grizzly bears, Pastor. I know grizzlies. And this guy was this black bear I seen, and he was running from us. He was running. He was in a field, and he was actually running to the cover to the tree line. And I was like, holy man, he was big. Man, he was huge. But the first one I ever seen out here my whole entire life. But they say they're out here.
We never used to have a season for black bear down here, but with international paper clear cut and stuff, and then the state's done some damage around here too. It's driving the bears out of the Adirondacks and it's driving them down here. That's why we actually have a bear season now.
I hate you said that name, Pastor. Northern Pulp. Northern Pulp. I worked for Northern Pulp, and I heard that.
Yeah, international paper.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've hauled a lot of stuff to them.
Yeah, I cut a lot of wood down for them.
But it's just
a lot of pulp. A lot of poplar, a lot of pulp. White pulp.
well, it's the same way in other countries, you know. They clear cut, you know, trees and stuff, and then they wonder why the lions and everything's coming into town and killing people.
We were cutting farmers' fields and oil fields. They called them oil paths, where they were putting pump jacks, and we were going clear cut pump jack areas. The pump jack, because they were pumping oil out of the no.
I don't know.
I hated cutting pulp. I hated cutting pulp.
I mean, we got the red pine, which are super tall, and they use that for pulp.
Nice and straight. Yep. Nice lumber. Straight as a board. Only a top.
Yeah.
Cut the top off. Yeah. I logged a lot of pine. A lot of pine with the bunker. Bunker's amazing in a pine path. I made some big numbers for the bunker. I even used to cut the tops off, Tasha, with a bunker to line them up on the landing. I would even cut the tops off as I pushed it up, so that they didn't have to top it, or cut the buckers didn't have to cut the top off.
Yeah, I know. It's all getting crazy with the way that the paper in New York State, you know, they're always, oh, wildlife, wildlife. I can show you a place where they clear cut trees, and that's all state woods.
Yeah.
New York State owns more
land. Up here we call it crown land. It's government-owned land. Yeah.
Yeah, well, New York State owns more land than pretty much any other state in the U.S. I mean, there's probably more, but New York State owns more land than people do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, see, when I first started logging back when I was 19, we used to clear cut. We did clear cutting. We cut blocks off the mountain. We cut the whole entire side of the mountain off. And I remember it was in Kinbasket Lake. And I remember my wife at the time, we'd be driving, and I'd be like, hey, that's where we're logging at. And she'd be going, yeah, I can tell them. The whole side of the mountain, a cup block. We call them cup blocks. The whole cup block level. And I knew that's where I was logging, and it was horrible, but I saved the side of the mountain. Right?
Yeah.
But I did it for 7 years. I did it.
I don't know. I think I'm probably gonna shut it down. We're at 2 hours and 41 minutes, so maybe need to eat something.
Yeah.
No, Gary's probably gonna go live, and Steve, and there's a couple other people that are still live right now. Mike's fishing home.
You can go for another 15 minutes, Tasha. Go to the top of the hour.
Oh, all right. Yeah, to give me an even 3.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe Mom's boyfriend. He's already got his hunting license and all that stuff already. I didn't think they released the DMPs, which is for your dope permit.
Yeah.
This early.
Good on.
But they're already out.
Good on.
And I didn't get a dope permit last year, so I have a preference point, so I'll automatically get a dope permit this year.
Yeah, I should check to see. Bow hunting starts in 2 months. Or no, next month. I don't bow hunt though, but I don't know when they come out with all the license, the tags. Anyways, I mean, so.
Welcome back.
Hey,
yeah, I gotta have my brother check to make sure the 44 is still sighted in. Because even if he's sighted in, I can still see through it.
How does that work, Tasha, in New York by you? Like in Missouri now, our doe tags, we can shoot a doe anywhere in Missouri, but a buck has to be in an area, our zone. You know how that works by you?
Yes, bucks can be shot anywhere. They can be shot up north. They could be shot 5 counties from here. But you still have to put on your permit, like what town and what county it was in. Now, for the doe permit, they have it all broke down into numbers and letters. Like for our area here is 4A.
Okay.
Which there's a lot of people that always put in for 4A because, you know, the family of the farms that are over here and stuff like that. So most of the time, it's unless you go now to go put in for the doe permit, it's hard to get it for 4A. So then, you know, you got to select neighboring counties that are like.
Well, I'm gonna become I'm gonna become a resident for about a month, Tasha, just so I can come up there and bear hunt with you.
Well, if we're going bear hunting, we're going up north.
There you go. No,
I just told you guys a bear story. Come up here.
yeah. I
The only
don't
thing
think
you can shoot here is moose. Moose
We
are
can get you a
protected. You
moose.
can't shoot
We
moose.
can get you a moose. We got moose in Nova Scotia. We Cape Breton. Moose.
Yeah, but you can't shoot them here because we don't have like a lot of moose in our state.
Yeah, well,
So you're not allowed to shoot them. They don't have lottery like
shoot a couple
Alaska or
of
whatever. But my mom's boyfriend, he has what is it called? Oh, he has a lifetime license. So when he goes to get his hunting license, he automatically gets everything.
Yeah, cool.
They'll permit bow hunting, muzzleloader, turkey, all that he gets automatically. But back when he did it, it was only like $60 some to do it. I don't know how much they are now. Because I'd like, plus it include. See, you used to be able to get, when I first started hunting, it was called a sportsman license. You would get your big game and your small game and your fishing. Now, fishing used to only be open from like a certain time period. But now they have it where you get your fishing license, which is $25, but it's good for the whole year. But they broke it all down, so you got to pay $25 for this and $25 for that, So by the time you get all done, you're still paying for a sportsman that was like $75.
Well, that's like Nova Scotia tax. You gotta get a tag for everything.
Yep.
You gotta get a tag for everything.
But like turkey and geese, you have to get a separate thing. We used to have stamps, like we put the stamps on the license.
Yeah. State and federal. Or federal stamp. One of the two. I only went duck hunting one time, but I always wanted to buy the stamps no matter what and collect them. I never did do that.
Right now, a lifetime license in New York State is $535, and it used to be $65 and $75
for 1 year, for one season.
No, for a lifetime.
Lifetime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It'd be worth it if you're a young pup, or even, depending on what you consider a young pup.
Yeah, but it's still, who the hell has got $535 to blow?
I'm 51. I don't know if I'd buy it or not. If I had the money and I could afford it, would I buy it right now? I don't know.
I'd buy it.
Yeah.
I'd buy it. If I lived in the States, I'd buy it. Oh yeah. I'll buy 2 or 3 of them. No, I'm just saying. Up here, it's ridiculous.
We're seeing as bad as stuff's getting, you definitely need to get your hunting license.
Yes, I know that. And we are. We're gonna.
And don't make Crystal do everything.
She has to. I can't. No, I can't. I'm no good with blood. I am no good with blood. I don't care if it's human blood, fake blood. I'm no good at Halloween. Scares me to death. Okay.
Now, Steve, in Missouri, if you're age 60 to 64, you can get your lifetime license for $70. If you're age 40 to 59, it's 600.
Yeah.
And on a
Oh,
youth
well,
0 to
right.
15 is
Right.
$515.
Why is it like that then? That's a big jump.
Well, nothing's cheap anymore. I still want the 80s to come back.
Yeah, they're coming. They're coming. They're coming.
The 80s are coming back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's all in reverse. It's all in reverse. It's all coming back. Don't worry.
Well, I
We'll be
enjoy.
all, we're all okay. We're all going to be okay.
Oh
We
yeah.
don't realize it, guys. The community that we're involved with, we're going to be okay because this is what we're supposed to be doing. So we're going to be okay. Don't worry. This shit's going to pass.
Well, it's, I like to believe that. But are you familiar with the Shane? You probably are. But are you familiar with the Four Pets campaign?
Pardon me?
I just wondered if you were familiar with the Four Pests campaign.
No.
Okay. Back in China.
Still here. I'm eating.
If you get a
Go
chance,
ahead.
well, I'm not gonna mess with Tasha. I think that if you ever get a chance, look up the Four Pests campaign. It deals with unintended consequences, which could happen whenever. And just thinking out loud, I tend to be, I like, sometimes I'm hopeful and other times I'm skeptical.
Yeah,
I don't know.
well, I'll tell you what I believe in, and I hope nobody takes any disrespect to it at all. And I
Right.
hope Tasha doesn't just stop being my best friend. But I believe in Revelation. And the reason why I do is because all the signs that I was told in Revelation has happened to date. Has happened to date. And one of the things they say there is we have to rebuild. The earth was cleansed the first time by water, the second time by fire. Why do you think we're hot? I'm just, you know what? I probably went over. I apologize.
Oh,
No,
you're fine, Shane.
I don't think anybody can find fault with your what you're saying. I really don't. Fact
But
is,
we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. That's what you guys don't understand. Because the
Okay.
good is going to come out of it. The good is going to come out of it. Because we're going to re-inherit the earth. We're going to re-inherit the earth. Think about it.
But I am going to jump down, guys.
All right, Steve.
Steve.
All right, guys, have a good night.
You too. Thanks for coming in.
You bet.
That's crazy that you can do it for
Go ahead.
like 6-month-old.
Yeah.
Like getting a hunting license for your kid when they're 6 months old or whatever.
All right. And actually, if you're born in Tennessee and you move off somewhere else, you don't even have to be a resident of Tennessee anymore. Like, say you move to work wherever, say Maine. You can come back to Tennessee and still get a resident license because you're a Tennessee native.
Oh, well, that's cool. See, New York wouldn't do something like that because they're not making money.
But see, the thing is, I mean, I buy my license every year, whether I use it or not. Because, I mean, you know, I worked out of town for years and years. But I still bought it just because TWRA, which is our Wildlife Resource Agency, and like all our parks, all 100% of their funding comes from licensing and, you know, fines.
Yeah. Well, when they put in the throughway back a long time ago, originally the toll money was going to be used to fix the roads in New York State. Well, that's not what it's going for, because our roads are like driving over an old washboard.
Yeah.
And certain roads that need to be fixed, they don't. They'll fix the road that they just did.
Well, if they do anything like they do here, Tasha, they fix the roads where the nice houses are.
Yeah.
They've started using a different method of fixing our roads. And I mean, you know, Tennessee has pretty decent highways for the most part. You know, I mean, you look at I-40 and all that. But they've got to where they scrape it and repave it. They don't, you know, put down a new bed and all that. And I mean, you get out here like in the hills where there's a lot of, you know, roads that are banked and, you know, going down huge declines.
Now they got this remilling machine. Do you ever see the remilling machine? Where they actually gear it up and they reheat it, they reintroduce some more tar, a little bit more asphalt.
Probably a little bit of ground up tire meat.
Yeah, for sure. Ground up rubber, and they reintroduce it, and it don't last. I mean, out here where I live, I got tractors. There's 80 tons running all over here, 10 tractors at a time.
Well,
right?
Like where we live like right across the creek. And that creek, you know, there's a sign, no heavy trucks, because of that one bridge. But, you know, every time you turn around, they're bringing heavy equipment out here to fix the roads up on the other side of the hill.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, we got a fire tower just up at the top of the ridge, you know, and they bring a dozer out there every day just to sit and watch.
Yeah. It's just crazy. I mean, they do the same thing here. They'll take off the blacktop with the machine that grinds it all back up. And then I imagine they're reusing it somewhere.
Yeah, it's called a milling machine. It's a miller, and that's what they do. And I mean, I get the idea, and it is a good idea to a point. But normally, the reason why up here in Canada and Nova Scotia, the reason why the road gets so bad is because of the frost healing. So you should have to take the whole blacktop off and resurface the road and compact it again, and then put your blacktop on. It might last 10 more years, but we're in Nova Scotia, we're in Canada, where it's cold. Asphalt does not work here. Concrete
here.
They have done concrete highways here on a test in Nova Scotia, and concrete worked well. The only problem with concrete, it cost a fortune to do. So
yeah, the other problem with concrete, and I mean, I used to do a lot of concrete work. With being in Nova Scotia, you're limited to a few months because, you know, you got to keep blankets on it so it doesn't dry out too fast, and you got to make sure it doesn't freeze.
Josh, I'm gonna head out. I've already started a live stream, or I'm just about to start it. But I've enjoyed being on your panel as always, and
I'll get over there in a little bit, Gary.
I appreciate that, Tennessee.
Take care, Gary.
It's always good to see y'all.
We'll be over, Gary. We'll be over because I'm gonna shut this down anyways. We're almost at 3 hours.
Hey, Gary, you're gonna go? Then everybody's going over. I'll follow you guys over. I'm gonna be up for a little bit, sir.
Feel free
I'll just shut this down and I'll go on over.
I'll see y'all.
It's nice meeting you, Bushcrafter.
Yeah, I'll be there, dude.
That was awesome, man. I'll go over and check you out.
We'll see you over at Gary's.
All right.
Okay.
All right, guys, I'm gonna shut it down. I hope everyone has a great night and God bless. And if you want to, go over and give Belt Loop a love raid from this
Say
live.
from the truck stop. Say you're from the truck stop.
Yes, say you're from the truck stop.
Truck stop.
And we'll catch you guys all tomorrow night. Later.
Take care, everybody.